Did you? Okay, so that big sandstorm that blows in from Mexico at the beginning, which was like one of the cooler parts of the game. Have you seen that since?
No, I forgot about that till you mention it right now.
I was kind of like, oh, we're gonna keep seeing this, and I'm like 11, 12 hours in. I'm like, shouldn't I be seeing these things?
They don't have them in Australia, apparently.
It just doesn't make sense.
They got no sand in Australia.
I don't get it. Like
that's why Anakin likes it so much.
It's great here. No sand.
No sand.
No sand.
It doesn't get anywhere.
It doesn't get anywhere. It's not here.
What's up, people? Welcome to Taco Otaku, SoCal's bi-weekly anime and pop culture podcast. I'm your host, Ray, aka Sourdough Shonen. And today, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do a bit of a double feature for you today because we're going to cover the anime fans as well as our video game fans out there, because today we're going to be taking a look at the anime retro classic of Gunbuster, a very influential anime. So if you're looking for a retro dive, you come to the right place of the podcast. But if you're also a gamer who's looking for the hottest, newest takes, and maybe particular PC gamer, we also got you covered, because today we're also going to be talking about Stranding 2 on the beach. You could leave your Mexican lager behind because it's not that kind of beach, sadly, because it's a Kojima production. So we're going to dive into all that, and if you just can't wait for all that, there's timestamps down below. You can jump directly to those conversations, and even the spoiler talk if that's what you really came here for. But for everyone else, let's introduce my other co-host for this episode, because it's me versus Andy today on the podcast.
Yes, it is.
How you doing, Andy?
Ray v. Andy.
Ray v. Andy. Who's gonna
Ray
be?
v. Andy. You said, how am I?
Yeah, how are
I'm
you?
good. Yeah,
You're
I'm good. Yeah,
because it's surprising. Has it been a year and you've made it back to the podcast?
a year. It's been less than a year. What do you mean?
That's what I'm saying, but usually it takes you about a year to come back on the podcast.
Well, I mean, when something as big as Death Stranding.
So if Hideo Kojima comes knocking,
then I come knocking.
Okay.
When he knocks, I knock.
That's it. You are the one that knocks.
Exactly.
I see.
Yes.
I see. So it's nice to have you once again, Andy.
Yeah. I'm excited to talk about this because we talked about the original Death Stranding.
Yes.
When it was brand new, way back when.
2019.
Yeah, it was
yep.
right before the pandemic, which is disgusting.
How fitting.
Crazy. Yeah. Right.
But
yeah, I'm very. I mean, there's so much retrospect. It's very interesting to think about like how we thought about it back then versus how we think about the new one now. Yeah, I'm interested. It's going to be very interesting. I do think so.
I think so. That last podcast was quite good. I personally thought, but maybe I was a little biased, perhaps.
No, it was fun. I remember that. I remember it very well. Because we also talked about Rise of Skywalker. I think.
Yes, but also we had a lot of hot takes that episode.
Yeah, I don't know
right.
if that's a hot take. That
maybe now it isn't, but it seems like people. I don't know. Poor Star Wars.
It's a mess right now.
It's not good.
Yeah,
it's not a good place. It wasn't then. It's not. 6 years later, it still hasn't gotten much better.
Yeah, there was the new one with Ryan Gosling coming out that I was like, oh, that's cool. I like him. He's good. And then I saw the director who's doing it. I'm like, I don't think this is gonna be good.
Oh no, who's the director?
He's done I don't know. I can look it up later, but he's done like not well acclaimed movies. I'll say
no Oscar nominations.
I feel like bad comedies just off the top. I don't remember, but like movies that I'm not like, oh, that sounds cool. It's just like, oh, this guy that did these stupid movies is doing this new Star Wars movie. Anyway, I'm not optimistic about Star Wars' future. That's all that's to say. So
that I understand.
Yeah,
that I understand. All right, Andy. Well, then let's move along here and let's do what we normally start off on these podcasts. And let's talk about the other things we've been doing that isn't Gunbuster or Death Stranding related. And Andy, it only seems fitting. It's been 3 months?
Probably.
3 months.
Yeah.
Wow, that might be a record. Might be a record for you.
Like the shortest window?
Shortest window. Maybe that isn't season 1 or year 1 of this podcast.
Maybe.
But either way, Andy, tell us what you been up to. We're dying to know.
Yeah, well, I think the biggest thing for me, and I mentioned this the last time we talked, and I think I just started, it was like around December, I just started Silent Hill 2, the remake.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and I was playing that on the PC. And I think I mentioned during the time, like, because the PC you helped me build it's a little aged, but it I was able to adjust the settings to the point where like it was very playable and I enjoyed it, like the experience, like generally as far as like performance wise. And yeah, I beat it a couple months ago, and I gotta say, I understand, like, I guess, like, the culture around why people love Silent Hill 2 so much. I had a very, very, very good experience. I guess I'll start off with, like, things that my critiques, because I think everything else is, like great. Like, I really, really enjoyed it. I think the biggest flaw is that, well, the original game is like maybe like 6 to 8 hours long. It's like a pretty tight game, and this game is like, I think it took me like 20 plus hours.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
I did not see that coming.
Yeah, so it's very like you could tell like maybe they're like, this is a AAA game. We got to really pack it like to the brim. And it is overlong. I will say that. Like, it is a little, it's a bit too long. There was like a point where I was kind of like, okay, like, as much as I was enjoying it, I'm like, can we get to the end? Like, I want to solve this. But yeah, I think that on top of the simplicity of the gameplay, because it's really like hit the monster that you're attacking or shoot the monster. Like, fundamentally, that's what it is. And like that you can like, there are like, you can like dodge and stuff. And there is sort of like I guess like more contemporary game mechanics, because I think obviously the biggest thing about this new one is that it does that like kind of like, I guess, what's the third person over the shooter style. Like, it's like the new RE2 style gameplay. So it's like, I guess it's a little bit like, and I was seeing people critique it for that reason, because it's like, oh, it's kind of like every other like sort of like shooter style now.
Right.
But for me, because I don't play a lot of AAA games at all, like, to me it was kind of like, oh, like, I didn't mind it at all. It was like kind of like a fresh experience in a lot of ways. Like, I mean, I've played like I played, RE4, I think, is like the first thing that comes to mind as far as like comparing it to. But I mean, RE4 is like a much more dynamic gameplay style. But so yeah, I didn't really mind that was how it was going. Like, that was what I was doing. It was just, it's so long and it's a very simple gameplay style. And so like, you kind of feel like after a while, you're kind of like, I am like doing the same thing over and over.
Feel it.
You really are. And really, those are my only critiques. I think it's a really wonderful game. I think the way they told the story in the original one is like kind of dated. There's like kind of like a campiness to it that is not there anymore. Wait, I'm sorry. You haven't touched Silent Hill 2 at all, have you?
I know a little bit about it, but I've never sat down and played it all the way through. But I know a little bit about the game.
So you know
I know about the campy part a little bit, because I see, it's hard not to see some of those cutscenes, and part of it depends, I guess, because sometimes it reads off like silly and funny, and sometimes it comes off like bizarro world. Like, why is this weird but also serious at the same time?
Yeah.
So it depends. Sometimes it hits maybe in a spooky way, and sometimes in a comical way.
Yeah. And that was sort of what I like kind of gathered too. And I think a lot of people who I'd seen on the internet say like that they kind of prefer that, like it works for them because of that. And I feel like maybe there's a bit of nostalgia just to that game itself in that way. But I mean, I don't want to say anything. I think there is like a twist in the game that I kind of thought I knew sort of, and I was kind of right, but it didn't bother me at all. And I think that's one of my bugaboos is like spoilers. I'm like, I don't want to. If I know the spoiler, it's kind of gonna ruin it for me. But I like going in like it didn't change how I felt about like the feeling of the game. I mean, like the story wise, like acting is like amazing. Like it's like this is incredibly well done. At least to me, like. I think everyone did a really good job. It looks really good, even with all my settings turned down to like everything low. Story is very good, even though like whatever, despite maybe me knowing some of the context behind it. And I just think the world is so like well done. I don't know. It is just like it's incredibly creepy. The fog is great, like the effects, like the monsters themselves. I don't know if you've seen the monsters, but they're like really like
they're freakish.
They're like just like freakish, like they're like bound creatures. They're like all kind of variations.
They're not zombies.
No, yeah, they're just like I don't even know how to describe them, and that's what kind of makes them creepy. Is like they're like sort of unknown.
They're not human.
Yeah, they're not human, so they're very like odd and strange. But yeah, I had a really good time. Like the story. And I was kind of like going through it the last few months, like just like, feeling like down. And it was like it was very therapeutic, like, because like a lot of it, like, I guess sort of like the story is like fundamentally about dealing with trauma, I think.
Yes.
Like the overall, that whole story is about dealing with trauma. And like, obviously, like my problems aren't people's problem, but like it was like very cathartic to like kind of go through it for that. And also like, because it's so scary, like it's sort of like I can't feel like down when I'm like spooked.
Right.
So it's like a kind of a 1-2 like feel good, like a weird feel good
You're right.
experience where I'm like, I'm scared, so I can't feel down, but I'm also feeling like better about like my situation because of like these stories that are being told. Yeah, I just really like what they did. I even despite it being like overlong, like based on what I know about the old game, I think the additions are really nice, like what they added like to certain sections of the game. And this is just me like what I like I haven't played the original one, so this is just kind of like basing off what I've read. But yeah, I'm trying to think of what else I really like. I mean, there's some it's just like creepy. I'm just like scared like for most of the game. Some good boss battles. I think I mean, I guess I don't want to give too much away, but like there's like one section of the game where like you kind of go into like different rooms and they're like sort of like different like horror feelings. Like one of the rooms you go into and it's like there's like enemies like underneath you, so like you're running and you're like you can see them below you trying to attack you, and you're trying to like find your way through a maze while these things are trying to attack you. I don't know if you have any thoughts or questions about.
I mean, it sounds good. It's always been, and I do have a physical copy of the original game for PS2, and I've been meaning to sit down and play all the way through because like I said, I've seen it here and there in parts on the internet and this and that. And so I know about it, but like in a weird way, if you're a 16-bit generation kid, it felt like at the time you're either a Silent Hill fan or a Resident Evil fan, and I was definitely the Resident Evil fan. And so I was just like, oh, Silent Hill, whatever. Ooh, spooky monsters. Where's the guns and the zombies and the liquors and this and that? That's not. I'm here for the real mature bloody game, not the psychological inner trauma. Blah blah blah. Suck it up.
Yeah. I think I felt, I mean, I feel like I was kind of in that boat, maybe not in the exact same way, but I was very much like, oh, Resident Evil. Like, why even bother with anything else?
Exactly,
like, But I think it was, there was just so much like cult history surrounding it. And the fact that like, this is like, they were like, let's just tell the story like in a new, like the fact that it got like refreshed in that way. I'm like, okay, well, if this is like almost like to some people, maybe the definitive way to like experience this game now. I mean, maybe that's
a lot easier.
Maybe that, exactly. Maybe that's a very hot take, but I really liked it. And there's interesting things about the game. There is, and without saying too much, there is you can kind of get your end. There are actions to get your ending, like a different kind of ending, but they're so like vague. You would not know. Like, I think one of the ways to get a certain kind of ending, which is the one I wanted, was that you had to like have low health for like a good chunk of the game or a certain amount of the game, and you had to like look at certain items a certain amount of time. You go through your menu and look at the item.
Some like PT shit.
Yeah, it was like, this is like so like obtuse, and like how are you even gonna know? Like I was thinking like, oh, like when you play a game, if you get a certain ending, you do like you shoot someone or you don't shoot someone, right? And then you get that ending, or whatever.
Yeah,
but like
you go left or right. What's your choice?
Exactly. Yeah. No, it's like, oh,
Commander Shepard, what's your favorite shop of the Citadel?
No, not
and
even.
What ending would you like on that menu? Yikes.
No, that'd be like in Mass Effect where it's like you shot this gun that many times and this gun that many times. It's like, no, it's like, how are you ever gonna know? So I think that was one thing that like, because I was like, I didn't really like my ending, but then I don't know. The more I thought about it, I kind of did, just like thematically, like, and I guess it's like you can kind of like decide like if you like, because I think I got like what would be called the good ending, and I was like, I don't know if I like feel like I like this ending. I feel like I need the bad ending because it's like a dark game,
right?
But and at the end of the day, I was kind of like, no, I feel like it worked for me. Not perfectly.
Is it bittersweet?
Yeah.
And that's always my favorite kind of ending, bittersweet.
Yeah. I mean, yes, it is. I mean, I'm not gonna say anything, but do you like kind of know like the vague?
I just know the premise. If I think I know. Let me say that. I think his name is James or something.
Yeah, James Sunderland.
James S. He's out in Sun Hill looking for his wife, who supposedly died. But supposedly got a letter or something saying she's alive in Silent Hill. Come find me in Silent Hill. And so he's like, how's this possible? She's not supposed to be here, let alone. And what's this Silent Hill? And then, of course, when he gets to Silent Hill, everything just gets weirder and weirder and weirder. And that's about all I know.
Oh, okay.
And I know it has multiple endings, and that's about it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, if you have the PS2 one, I would just probably say try that one just because of like, but I know it's got so many like, like weird, like antiquated quirks. But sometimes I feel like I can look past them.
I mean, that was our generation,
right, exactly.
Andy.
And I feel like it doesn't.
Our bread and butter.
Yeah, like I can look past so many things that are just like, oh,
These days, these kids and their spoiled HD graphics and streaming on all their devices, on all their 10 screens at once.
They're over-the-shoulder third-person shooters.
Exactly. We RE4 is the fourth for the franchise. We had 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah,
and those were still good games for crying out loud. But some people just these days, which I guess I get it, but at the same time, PS2 doesn't never. Hold up, let's what is it? Frozen. PS2 never bothered me.
PS2 never bothered me anyway.
There it is. Thank you, Andy. I forgot exactly the melody.
No, you're good. You're good. I really recommend it. I mean, I liked it way more than I was expecting. It's kind of like, I was like, is this one of my favorite games? Like, I'm like, this might be like a top 10 for me, because even though it was so long and I was kind of like, thank God I'm through it, I kind of wanted to play it like immediately again. Like I had
That's a good game.
Yeah, I had like an urge. I was just like, I kind of want to do this again, like for no reason other than just to like be there. I don't know. It was very like escapism in like the perfect way for me, maybe specifically, but. And there's a good replayability, like you can adjust, like it's interesting because you can adjust the difficulty of the shooting, like combat, and the puzzles.
Oh.
You can make either harder or easier. And it's like, that is such an interesting thing to like choose like two kinds of like gameplay. Like I want my puzzles to be easy, but I want to be really, or like the other way. It's like, oh, that's really interesting.
If I had that option in Catherine. Couldn't do those puzzles.
Oh, really?
Couldn't do those puzzles. But everything else about the game, loved it. Just not the puzzles.
I remember I did the demo of that, and I was like, this is not for me.
I tried. My brain just like, how is this block floating? It doesn't make sense.
I did not
There's nothing holding up this block. This block should be falling right now, but it's not.
What even is that puzzle? Like, what is it close? Do you remember what that puzzle was even remotely like?
The idea is because the longest the blocks are touching some corner of them, the magical gravity holds them up, and you have to keep climbing to the top before doomsday with your evil girlfriend, which is the whole plot line.
And then the rest is like a dating sim, right?
Yes, and it's just all dating sim nonsense.
Yeah.
Which, sign me up for that. That I'm good at.
Maybe we should do Catherine next time.
All right. Catherine, deep dive.
Catherine.
Twitch Let's Play and all this, that.
Catherine.
Stream it live.
Oh my gosh.
We're going to need Frank on that. We're definitely going to need Frank because he's
true.
the Catherine guy.
Is she a redhead, though? I don't think so.
No, she's a blonde, and the other one's, I think, is a brunette.
Oh, I didn't.
There's even a third Catherine now. I never played I didn't play the first one, or not very much of it. But yes, because that's the joke. There's two Catherines, one with the C and one with the K, and you may be cheating on one of them with the other one. Bum bum bum.
Bum bum bum. That's fun. But yeah, no, I mean that's I mean it's a little, it's not as fresh in my head, but yeah, I really really liked it. I think it did a great job.
Fine, I'll play it, Andy.
Yeah,
I think I even bought it already, the remake version, because it was on sale during Black Friday.
It's just it's a little bit like,
I'm at that 20 hours.
It's kind of rough. It's a little.
I was expecting more
bit,
like 10.
Yeah,
15 max by doing 100%.
Yeah, if it was like, if they did like an edit like where they took out like 10 hours, I would say like this is like easily like
I gotta get to the other side of Silent Hill Town. Yeah. Oh no, I'm gonna have to track through all these things.
And it's just
there's
like,
all these zombies or whatever monsters in my way.
Creepy. It's just super well done, and I'm sure you can have all your settings on high. I'm sure you're totally fine with that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But it's not the puzzles.
Yeah.
Puzzles are my Achilles heel apparently. I'm too dumb.
But yeah, that's Silent Hill 2, I guess.
Sounds good. Sounds good. What else, Sandy? What else do you got for us?
I mean, well, I guess a show I just finished. Did you watch Jury Duty?
No, but it's on my list. I did remember that because I did watch something you recommend me.
Oh,
which I will bring up on my turn. But and that's my goal. It's like I feel bad because I'm like, Andy gives me all these recommendations and I just keep forgetting. I look them up and be like, oh, looks cool, and then out the brain it goes.
Oh, that's okay. I mean, it's like I said,
that was the one with they're on jury duty, but the one guy doesn't know it's a TV show.
Exactly, yeah. And this new, and that I really liked the first season. I think it was. I mean, I don't want to give it too much because there's. It's not like a spoiler, but like they do something interesting at the end that I really liked. For the first season, and they did it for the second season too.
There's a second season.
Yeah, and that just came out, and that was like the silly thing about
the same guy
show.
who didn't learn his lesson.
No, it's silly because it's it's not Jury Duty anymore. The
Oh.
show, it's called Company Retreat, but it's called Jury Duty Presents Company Retreat because it was based on that. And it's like, and I just, every time I think about it, I'm like, that was such a bad idea as far as like thinking about like the longevity of what this show is, because it was enormously successful. Like,
and that's what they're hoping to cash in on, right?
And it's like, oh, exactly. So you would think, oh, what if this show is incredibly successful? Jury Duty 2, like you can't do that again.
Right.
Like, it's like, this is very much like gonna fall through. Like, no way. So it's silly because that's, I mean, it's just the name, so it doesn't really matter. It's still like the new show is still like one guy is like amongst a bunch of actors, and they you know, he doesn't know like that everyone's like in on the joke essentially of this like the script they created. But it's I mean, it's a good fun time. I mean, it's like, you know, it's like hidden camera / like Office kind of, you know, kind of bit humor thing. So it's an interesting mishmash. But yeah, this new season is like this guy, he's a temp for this company called Rockin' Grandma's Hot Sauce. It's very silly.
Wow.
Yeah. And there's like a few things that I'm like a little bit like, did he not like Google this hot sauce?
Right.
Like, and then like during the show, like, and so like, so he in the show, like they go on a company retreat for this fake company called Rockin' Grandma's Hot Sauce, and like, you know, they're all hanging out and all shenanigans happen, and they're gonna do a deal, but then the deal starts getting weird, and like people start like, you know, like people just acting weird. Like it's just like it's just like look at how crazy like these situations are, and look at how this guy reacts to them, and like, and fortunately, like he's a really good guy. Like both the seasons, I think I feel like that's part of the show is like them like really narrowing down, like we got to make sure we find an unproblematic, like he doesn't have a dark past, and he's very affable, and he's very into like let's do it kind of attitude, and
definitely step one for the producers.
And so they really nailed it as far as like casting him. I mean, I don't want to like give away too much. I mean, it's just a really funny time. And I don't know. I think maybe I like the first season a little better because it's got it's like a fresh concept, sort of. I mean, you know, just like an amalgamation of two ideas.
Plus, like it's a simpler setting to sell it.
Yeah. I feel like it like made more sense. I mean, the company treat thing works too because they're just all on, like they like go on.
They put them on a remote island.
Yeah.
To make it. Yeah.
Actually, it was like in Agura Hills, I think. So like,
well, that's funny.
I was like, I think I recognize some of these roads. I'm like, oh, that's LA. Like that's crazy.
They're subscribers to this podcast.
Yeah, exactly, right. But yeah, I would just, I mean, not to say too much about it, but just, I recommend. It's just a fun time.
All right.
Yeah, it's just.
This is on Amazon?
Yeah,
okay.
Amazon,
Because I literally thought about it this week. And I was like, I've been meaning to watch that.
Yeah.
And plus Amazon's going to increase the prices with the ads and stuff recently.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And so that was, I told myself, okay, what's on Amazon that's good? And I remembered, Andy said the Jury Duty one.
Oh, did I say it before?
Yes. Well, season 1, that is.
Oh, I talked about it way back when? Oh, I don't remember that. Oh, my God.
We've been doing this podcast for a couple of years now.
That's,
If you go to tacotaku.com, you can find out exactly how many episodes.
But, yeah, I mean, it's kind of funny because when we were watching it, there was actually someone, I guess the whole premise is like, you got to make sure this guy knows nothing about the show. He doesn't know anything. And that was another, I guess that's what I was saying. Like, I mean, how does this guy not, like, Google, like, did they create a marketing campaign for? And
you would think,
and I guess that's something that they didn't address in the show. Like I'm like thinking about that in the back of my mind. Like, did he not like think like, oh, if it's so famous, why can't I find it on the internet?
Right,
you know, that kind of thing. Like, or maybe they did. Maybe they did like something to like fool him enough.
You know what the scary part is? It wouldn't be too hard to make an internet presence to fool someone.
Exactly. And I was wondering if maybe they did that and they didn't show it or something. But no, that's I feel like that's true. Like you just like create a fake account and do like a
literally you just need like a logo
followers.
Or two and 1 or 2 catchphrases and you're like, post it on different places.
Yeah, exactly. I mean that was just like some caveats about
right. No, I don't. Yeah, my brain goes there.
Other than that, like it was great. And yeah, I mean, obviously, there's like they find out at the end. Naturally, I feel like that's a given, and it's always fun to see them be like, "What?
I was
like,
on TV.
I'm on TV. What?
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. I recommend it. It's a fun.
That's what Mario says.
Yeah, it's a fun.
It's his thumb. I give it 5 stars.
He does this.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that movie came out. I didn't even talk about this beforehand, but
the new one.
The new one.
Yeah, I haven't. Have you seen it?
No.
Okay.
I just realized that right now.
Yeah, I did. The only reason I know it came out is because they kept promoting it at the Dodger Stadium recently, and baseball's been starting, so I've been.
Oh, so they're shoving it in your face.
Yeah,
Go
pretty
to
much.
Nintendo Land.
A
watch
little
the
bit.
movie.
A little bit.
Yeah.
It turns out when you have a couple famous Japanese players on the roster, and it's a Japanese brand, they might promote it a couple of different ways. and that they did the last week.
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, I've heard people. There's a person at work who mentioned they liked it, but also they have a small child, so that helps.
Yeah. I mean, just talking about the first movie, I'm like, it's fine. Like
Yeah, it was fine.
That's my opinion of the first movie. Like, I don't have any desire to watch it, but if I guess like that's how I feel about some kind of movies like that. It was like I don't want to see it again, but if I was with someone that was like, I want to watch it, I'd be like, sure. Like that's like really the only time I'll watch that movie again is like if someone was like, do you want to watch this? I'll be like, okay.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I'm not
throwing on the Mario
that's
movie.
basically. It's one of the. I'm probably gonna watch it, but like, it's gonna have to be like a perfect, storm or situation where like, oh, I'm free. This is free. No responsibility. All right, I guess I'll go to the theater and go watch a movie.
Wait, you know about the who's in it, right? I don't want to say it's not like I mean they announced
Yoshi?
it. No, not Yoshi. I mean you didn't see.
Hey, come on, Star Fox.
Oh, okay.
Smash Brothers.
Yeah. Okay, yes.
That one, that guy.
Yes, he's in it. Yeah. That doesn't change anything for you.
I've been burnt too many times with Star Fox. I loved Star Fox 64. Still do on that one.
Is that the last good one?
Yes.
That's a shame.
I mean, okay. What was it? Armada on the GameCube was fine.
Assault? You mean? Wasn't it Assault?
Maybe it was Assault.
Oh.
What's Armada? Armada is the DS game? Am I making that up? No, that's Command.
I don't remember.
What's Armada? Is this maybe I'm making the hell this up?
Because Assault is the GameCube one. I never played that one, but that one was okay.
Yes, because that was the Namco one, and the other one was the rare one, which was
Weird.
Dino Land, or whatever it's fucking called. Dinosaur Land? I don't.
Star Fox
Planet?
Adventures.
Yes.
Star Fox Adventures. Yes.
Because it was supposed to be a 64 game, blah, 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 the whole history behind it. But yes, the last game I really loved was the 64, and I really, really, really was looking forward to Star Fox Zero.
Yeah.
Did almost nothing for me.
Yeah. I mean, it's like universally panned, so I can't blame you.
I don't know. They were too busy trying to sell the Wii U at the time, but it's just like, fine, have those goofy controls, but also just give me a good Star Fox game.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
Mm-hmm.
Because like that whole style of shooter doesn't really exist anymore. That Star Fox / Panzer Dragoon, which I miss.
Oh my gosh. I think I replayed Star Fox 64 maybe like a couple months ago, and I'm like, this is also like one of my favorite games. Like easily, like I just like pick it up and I'm like, I want to do this like right away.
Yeah, if I play the first level, I'm playing the whole campaign.
Oh, it's so good.
I can't put it down.
It's like I don't know. It's like it's kind of a perfect game in a lot of ways for me. Yeah. I was thinking about like when we ranked the games, like our top, like I think it was like one of the first episodes.
Yes, I think actually our very first episode.
I feel like I think about that list and I'm like, I think the only thing I would leave in there is Paper Mario. And like most
you would change everything out.
I think I might change everything else.
Star Fox was on the short list. It just barely got beaten out for me when I was coming up with my list.
Yeah,
I was on there and I had to mark it down. I was like, I think it's just because it's for some reason it's a Nintendo property, and I think I think it's a franchise, and as a franchise it kind of sucks. As an individual game, amazing, right? 10 out of 10. No, nothing else, no notes. But when I think about it as a Nintendo property, I go like, yeah, why don't they do? It's almost like F-Zero. I loved. I never really got into the Super Nintendo one, but the one I got into was the GameCube one, the GX. But then that was it.
Yeah.
And so it's like in a weird way, I can't get too pumped up about that franchise because they're not doing nothing with it.
Yeah. Well, there's the new Star Fox coming there.
Well, that's the rumor we get.
Isn't it happening?
It's not confirmed yet, but it sure seems like if they're going to put out a new game this year and they had a movie to tie in to promote said game coming out later this year, that may be a way to do it.
Yeah. They're really like, this feels like very like PR strategy marketing. Like we're really going to make this, do something with this movie, which honestly is kind of smart.
Oh, it's evil genius for sure.
But as long as if it's a good product, then make me buy a Switch 2. I'll say that. Make me want to buy a Switch 2. Don't give us Zero again.
Yes, please don't.
And then maybe I'll see it. Maybe I'll see a Switch 2 sooner than later.
There you go.
All right. But yeah, I mean, those are my big things, I guess. Yeah.
All right. That we'll see. Like I said, I want to believe, but I still remember that burn from Zero.
Yeah.
Speaking about burning sensations this last week or two for me, I did play Death Stranding, which we're going to talk about a little bit. But in a weird way, because the vibes I was getting with Death Stranding, I kind of wanted a little bit comfort food in my video game routine in the last week or two. And so then I looked back to like what's a game that I like a lot and perhaps was maybe even my favorite game of last year. I went back to Umamusume.
You did?
I did.
What the heck? Man, you gotcha.
It's got me bad.
Gotcha.
Here's
man.
to my defense, in particular the last week or so, it's the 1-year anniversary and they're giving out all the free points to then pull all of the goofy characters and cards. And so it's free. I'm losing money, Andy, by not playing. So I have to play. And so they have the freebies going out right now, and then also they just released a new game mode to play. And it's kind of fascinating because in this mode, there's a little bit more freedom how you do your campaign run. And it's all based on like, there's an item shop now you can unlock by doing races. And these items let you to like recover your energy a lot faster than in normal gameplay or modes you couldn't do. Now you can do. You get extra points by doing running. It gives you a bunch of like booster effects. And so in a weird way, in a great way, if you care about online competitions and this and that, it's a great way to level up your Umamusumes and get them to their S ranking skills, if not beyond. And so that's the thing is numbers go up and it's a little bit of that little gambling addiction I got of when it comes to like, oh, let's see if that item I need. Cause like some items are like so broken, honestly. That like you're really hoping, fingers crossed, like I'm gonna pull that item this turn. If I get this item, and it's the Rocky montage beach season coming up right now. So if I get that item right before that, oh boy, my stat number's gonna go up.
Oh my gosh.
And so yeah, and that's the thing is at the end of the day, it's still a relatively quick fix. You're in and you're out because like I said, you can sit down and do a whole campaign run just like Star Fox 64. With like, I don't know, maybe an hour and this and that, because like there's like really no story stuff or this or that, unless, well, I get a new character. But even the funny part in that new mode, they do reduce a lot of the story beats as well. So if you're like a hardcore RPG veteran nerd of this game, this mode really lets you level up your horse skills without skipping all that fluff you don't care about. You just get the numbers to go up, which I think Frank would appreciate at least.
So
yeah, I've been slowly going back into that one. I even got because they even gave out guarantees recently. So one of my guarantees, I got actually not one but 2 superstar new horse girls to train and level up, and it's an excuse to go back to the game. Freebies. It's quick and easy. And it's a guarantee hit because Death Stranding, I'm not sure.
Yeah. I mean, this is I mean, I'm very interested to see where this goes, but yeah. I mean, so it wasn't. Did you see the movie? And has this influenced your decision at all?
No. I haven't watched any of the anime stuff.
Oh, okay.
I only know Umamusume. You're looking for Miles. Miles, my brother, who's usually one of the co-hosts on this podcast. He is the Umamusume super fan. He knows. Yeah. And that's the thing, he'll tell me like horse girls' names, and I'll be like, "Who the is that?" Like I don't know who that is. If this is one of my favorite waifu horse girls, I forget about it. They're mud to me. They're too slow to keep up with my sonic speed. So yeah, but no, I haven't seen. But I hear good things about the movie and the last anime because there's several seasons of the anime, but they're just different versions of the characters and storyline. They're not like sequels. So they're like reimaginings of the scenario. And I guess the last one is like more serious than like cute anime girls and concerts and idol stuff. It's more like
Shin Mamusume.
Yeah, kind of is my understanding. And I've seen a little bit of gifs or random things on the internet, and like some of these girls' faces get all twisted and like I'm gonna win this race no matter what. God dang it!
Oh,
and you're just kind of like God, like they're fighting for their lives.
Wow,
this is like I don't know. This is a Squid Game. It's like they're gonna turn the slowest horse girl to a glue, or what's going on here? I don't know. But like I said, I saw some of the faces and like, whoa, that is not in the Steam or my Apple iPhone. I can tell you that these faces I'm seeing. So I like I said, I don't know, but I'm almost a little curious to watch it.
Yeah. I want to. It's interesting you talking because you're playing this on your iPhone, right?
Yeah, or and PC. I go back and forth.
Okay. Oh, okay. I guess that kind of takes away what I'm going to ask because I feel like this is something we talked about, and I guess I'm just kind of talking about like video games. I'm just sort of like zooming out quite a bit and talking about video games in general. And I just wonder if your opinion on like, because I remember when we used to talk about like video games back in the day, we would kind of like crap on like phone games,
mobile games.
Like that's not a game.
Yes.
But it's like, but then like you're saying like that's the game I'm playing. So it's I mean, I don't know, has your like opinion kind of changed as far as like gaming on a mobile device in that sense.
Oh
like,
yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely back in the day, like I don't know, PS3 days, 360 days, I guess, right? When mobile gaming
and
was
I guess
a thing.
it was quite different. That's true.
Yes, it seemed like a lot of the hardcore gamers like us at the time were like, oh, mobile games, what a baby's toy.
Bejeweled or something.
Yeah, exactly. Like, oh, Snake, ooh, so inventive, a real gamer, hardcore gamer out here, right?
Yeah.
We always look down on them, but
that's true.
For one, I think the biggest thing is just, well, a lot of time has passed since then. And two, along with it, technology of what you can do on your pocket these days.
Yeah.
You know, Umamusume or whatever it might be, you know, because I know Miles also mentions other gacha games, even Frank mentions them and this and that. But like what we would consider, you know, maybe not AAA games, but AA games or something of the sort, something that is high value, high quality of gaming session, you can just do on your phone these days because the processors and the graphics cards and the whatever... the technology inside these devices is quite powerful, so you don't feel like you're playing, I don't know, Super Mario Brothers on your phone. You're playing a real game, and it's easy. What I don't like about gaming on a phone in particular, not so much a little bit the size, because I got old man eyes at this point, so it's not easy to game on, but I like more the real physical buttons. I need that context feel when I game.
Yeah.
Because touch screens, I don't get nothing from it. But with Umamusume, it's basically a visual novel, and you're just making choices of like, oh, today are you gonna go to the gym? Or are you gonna go to the track? So it's all like one touch buttons. It's time management. I don't have to like, oh no, make a left real quick on a turn and like Mario Kart World Tour, whatever that thing was called.
Yeah.
So but no, I definitely don't look as negative when it comes to the mobile scene.
I guess, and like kind of thinking, and I guess you saying that definitely makes sense. But I guess I also feel like kind of a hypocrite in like, because I feel like I was the same way. But it's like, isn't Bejeweled like a game too? You know? And I feel like it's like we're sort of like, I don't know. And I guess that maybe that's just like an old mentality we had. Very like
we were young and dumb.
Yeah, we were like, no, this is not a game.
Where can you shoe? Where's my cover for my Gears of War game?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, okay, well, like, what about Tetris Attack? Like, if it's not Bejeweled, like, what's what really is like all that? I mean, there are differences, but like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, the best-selling game on the Game Boy was Bloody Tetris.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's just a simple puzzle game that's still selling millions of dollars to this day.
Yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to reckon with that because I think about that from time to time, but. We've grown.
We've changed. We've changed, Andy.
Yeah.
Sometimes for the good, sometimes for the worst. But I think that's a good change.
That's just normal.
Indeed. That is like hopefully you are a little bit different than you were back in high school, right?
Yes.
So I think we're doing okay.
Yeah, I
think we're
so.
doing okay. All right. So that was my gaming fix that was in Death Stranding the last week or two. But the one thing I've done, in particular with this episode, because I knew you were going to come this time on this little podcast we do, Andy, and I looked up, it's very old. I think it might have been literally from the same episode when we recorded our Death Stranding 1 talk.
Oh, wow.
You recommended a movie to me in particular.
Oh, my gosh.
And, of course, now I'm actually, what is the name of the dumb movie? And I just saw the stinking movie. Oh my goodness! Why is it's the Bruce Springsteen song that was a short, and then it became a full-length movie.
Oh, Thunder Road.
Thunder Road.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that
movie. That's what I figured. I figured at this point you do not remember this movie. But I did, because I do remember seeing the short.
Yeah.
Because apparently it was like an indie campaign project.
Yeah. Oh my god.
And based off that little YouTube short, it's like I think 10 minutes or something like that.
Yeah.
They made a full-length movie based on that idea. And so I finally saw it all these years later.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. I was hoping for more of a drama with dark comedy. But to me, when I was watching that movie, it definitely comes more as a comedy first. And the thing that also I think my brain didn't like about it, because overall I do like the concept and the idea behind it, but I guess some of the executions, or at least maybe the way they told the story, my brain didn't like it as much. Because I was expecting it to be a typical 90-minute movie, right? Beginning, middle, end, and this and that. But my brain, when I was watching this movie, really thought of it more as like a bunch of shorts put together that just so happen to keep telling the same story. In my head, I thought it was more like a YouTube short series of every like 15 minutes or so, and you see a new scene and the new character dealing with the new situation. I guess maybe explain what this movie's about.
Oh, yeah.
So it is dealing with a...
Yeah, you got to remind...
I know, right?
I remember that scene that was like it's inspired from, but
yes.
Yeah.
So it deals with a character who is a local lawman in a pretty small middle nowhere town, America, Midwest, question mark, something like that. Maybe Texas, perhaps, something like that. And he's going through a bit of a tough patch because he's going through a divorce. He has a kid, and they're fighting over custody over their child. And he just lost his mother, and that's the opening scene. They're at the funeral, and he is struggling to process it and is dealing with it in strange ways. Most people would probably interpret it, and it comes out quite hysterical if you enjoy awkward humor, I guess. And that's the whole movie. He's dealing with that situation, and it's getting kind of worse and worse until it kind of all blows up at the end, as you can imagine. So, like I said, on paper, I like the concept because I do like a dark comedy about dealing with the real situation. But the thing is, for me, is the act, because apparently the main actor, he's credited as, well, he's the main actor, but he's also the writer and director of this whole movie. And boy, does it fucking feel like it. In kind of a maybe bad way, at least for my brain, because to me, it didn't feel like a movie where there's actors and they're playing a scene and a character and the world's breathing. It felt like this one guy's improving with a bunch of people around him, and it just so happens there's a camera on. And so that's the thing, is I never really felt like this is a real person going through all these tough times. It just felt like a guy who's trying to get a laugh, trying to improv a line or two. Because it's, to me, a lot of the scenes almost seems like he's trying to make his other co-stars like break character, make him laugh. And I think there's even a scene he's at like his best bud, I don't know, co-worker officer's house. They invite him over. He's always going through a hard time. And he's there with his wife and his 2 kids. And to me, it plays up in, because I edit this podcast and this and that. So I'm a bit of an editor, a little snob. I'm looking at little weird little things.
Yeah.
And at the very end of the scene, the young daughter, she just like, he says something kind of awkward and she just laughs. But it's like left in the movie. But to me, it almost comes out more as a blooper than her actually laughing as a character in this world, I guess. And so that was the biggest problem I had with the movie, is the combination of the way it was telling the story. Because I think if it was broken into chunks and like little shorts, like on YouTube or something, I think it worked better for me. But as I continue, it felt edited together to sell a movie that really wasn't fully connected, I guess. It just felt like a bunch of short scenes connected that kept the storyline going. It felt not episodic, but I guess more like a TV show, I guess, for the lack of a better word, but just obviously a very short one at that.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that's the thing. And I just felt like he talked too much, and like he didn't know when to like cut, because he feels like he'd throw like an extra joke to see if it sticks or this or that. And yeah, I think it reminded me, and I don't know if you've ever seen this or not, but if Miles did, he would understand my reference. So there's that second Anchorman movie.
Oh yeah.
But on DVD and Blu-ray, I bought the physical copy. There's the original theatrical release, and there's like an unedited version. And I saw the movie in theaters, and I really liked it.
We watched it together.
Oh, you're right. We did. Damn. You're absolutely right.
We watched it.
We did watch that movie together. You're absolutely right, Andy. Damn.
But go ahead.
We go back. Go back. Don't worry. But anyway, so I was excited to show Miles because he hadn't seen it. He didn't see it in theaters. So I was like, oh, you're gonna love this. You're gonna enjoy this and that. But I decided, I'll put the uncutted version on. It's gonna be better than the original version. Nope. Definitely was not, because a lot of it was just the actors trying to get the other actor to break character and make him laugh. And so when I was watching this, it made me think of that version of that Anchorman movie.
Interesting.
Where it just felt like, just cut away. Like, we did the bit. I chuckled a little bit here and there. Just cut the scene and go to the next scene. But he just lingers a little too long, and he says one or two things that just seems like no realistic person would say this. It seems like a comic trying to get his audience to laugh. A little too hard, a little bit. And just like I said, it never felt real to me.
Yeah. Would you have liked that movie? I guess how much more would you have liked that movie if it was like, if you edited out all those little bits? Like, would that have changed your opinion?
I think oddly enough it would be, because to me it would come off because when I think of a movie, I think of a whole production, and it's got like, there's a beginning, middle, and end, and it's got a real focus and narrative. And I guess I was kind of hoping, or I guess I was expecting that kind of more level stuff, but it's very much trying to do it, but this is intentional, the whole way it's shot, because that short is, a lot of it, it's just the camera standing still on a tripod, and it's slowly zooming in on him as he's having his like mental breakdown. And they do that same technique through pretty much all the scenes, which it makes sense because that's what that short was based off of. But I guess somehow my brain thinks movie and thinks like Citizen Kane or something.
Yeah, I mean, you put it like a higher threshold.
Yes.
Yeah.
Versus if it was released on YouTube Shorts as little episodic content, I'm like, oh, that was a cute, great little series.
Yeah.
But putting it in theaters, somehow my
Yeah.
brain goes like, impress me as I sit on my chair.
So you think that, like, I guess maybe fundamentally it works better as just that short, that beginning short, like that's kind of how it should have existed as a medium, I suppose.
Also, probably that. At the end of the day, I think the short works better that way because it's a short.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter. You don't have to deal with what he's really going through because you're not sure, like, is he doing this on purpose? Is it intentional? Is he just really taking this really, really bad and really, really awkwardly?
Mm-hmm.
But by watching the movie, you kind of get more of a sense of like, oh no, this is supposed to be serious.
Mm-hmm.
But also, he's doing these things that just don't seem realistic. It just seems like I said, he's trying to make his other co-stars laugh.
Yeah. So you can kind of see the movie making in that way, I guess. Is that what is like the one of your biggest like you see? Yeah.
It feels like I could feel like I'm the cameraman.
Yeah.
And versus I'm watching this person's
story.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's man, that's the way to describe it.
Interesting. Did I it's so funny because like I was like so worried you were gonna bring up like my favorite movie and tear it to pieces, but I don't like
what
like I don't have like so I'm like oh
David Lynch movie are you talking about?
Mulholland Drive.
Oh, there you go.
Well, I know you weren't super big on that.
I still liked it. I just didn't. I don't love it. I don't think no one can love it as much as people. Well, a lot of people do love that movie. People love it.
I'm one of them.
I like the movie.
Yeah.
I think it's
all right.
I think it's a good movie.
I accept
you
that.
should watch you should watch that movie.
Okay.
Everyone, if you think you're a cinema fan, whatever you want to call yourself, you should watch that movie.
I'll take that.
It is behind me, believe it or not.
Cool.
It does exist.
Yeah. Oh, what did I say? Did I like it a lot? I don't.
You liked it.
Yeah, I liked
you
it.
liked it, and you were telling me you basically were recommending to me because I like dark comedies.
Oh, okay.
And it is basically a dark comedy, but it was like I said, it was too comedic for me.
Okay.
I wanted to feel like this guy. I wanted to feel that weight, the weight he's feeling on his shoulders. I wanted to feel it.
Yeah.
But I never felt that weight because I felt like we're just gonna laugh it off.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. I mean, I wonder how I'll feel because I feel like my tastes in movies change. They can change quite frequently, and that watching experience is more than 5 years ago now. So I wonder if I'll feel any differently now. But especially with what you're saying. But yeah, no, I'm glad you watched it. I mean, you did it.
I did it. It took me a while, but I probably did it. Thanks, Death Stranding.
Yeah, sure. That's one way to look at that.
Indeed.
Okay, cool.
So there you go. There's my review.
Is there something that
movie.
I haven't watched that you recommend? Now I feel bad.
No.
Have I watched? I mean, I feel like I've watched some.
You've seen all the best animes.
Well, I mean, not really. I mean, I've seen pieces of like top of my head, Cowboy Bebop. I've seen the end. I've seen episodes, but I've never watched it all the way through.
I just want to fix.
I'll fix it.
Which is also behind me. I thought we're naming like every classic that's ever.
Yeah.
I probably have it behind me right now. What's up again, people? It's Commercial Ray and Commercial Miles here to let you know that our podcast is on various podcast platforms, such as what, Miles?
Well, we're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube Music.
Wow, that's like all the major podcast platforms out there.
And just in case you feel like, you have a favorite podcast listener just yet, you always could go to our number one place, www.tacotaku.com.
There you can find everything Taco Otaku related that we do on the internet. Whoa, it's like we're a real podcast out here.
Yeah, next we might get monetization.
One day, it'd be nice if someone paid us for this thing we do.
But we do it out of love for you listeners out there.
My poor, poor wallet.
I mean, I did watch an anime today, so.
That is true. We are going to, speaking about Andy, that's, master transition, Andy. Ooh. Speaking about anime, why don't we get into a little bit of anime talk here on our anime podcast? It only makes sense.
Sure does.
So today, we are going to be talking about 1988's Gunbuster, because the problem is my brain wants to call it Die Buster, but Die Buster is the loose sequel that I've never seen. But today, we're talking about Gunbuster.
But at the same time, we're not talking about the 1988 one because I watched the movie.
But it's based off the 1981.
Yeah, which is 2006, which is so, right? Isn't that when it came out? Which is
I'm not too sure. I'll trust you on that one.
Which feels very strange. Anyway, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but we can get into that.
We'll get into the weeds and this and that. So yes, the big reason I imagine, well, Andy wanted to talk about it, and Andy wants to talk about anime. He's already shocked me and like, I'll be there. Let's do it. But I imagine the reason you want to talk about it is because the director behind this little OVA series, the original 6-episode, that also cuts to a movie, is Hideki Anno, the creator of Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Yes, which I
which is also behind me.
Yeah, they're all behind you. They're all behind you. Yeah, I was always interested in it, like kind of like in like my interest in Silent Hill 2. Like it's a cult, like, or not even cult. I mean it's like incredibly popular, like one of the most popular, if not the most popular anime. So I'm like, oh, I want to get into this. Like I want to be a part. I want to understand why people like it so much. And then you were like, you got to watch. As someone who doesn't watch anime, Andy, you got to watch the new movie. I guess reboots, if you want to call them
the rebuild. I think the nerds refer them as the rebuild.
And you steered me right, because I really, really like those movies, and I watched the show after that, and then I watched the movie, the end of Evangelion after that. And yeah, I think I can call myself a fan of that franchise safely. So yeah, when I saw that, just like the movie pop up on streaming, I was like, what is? I was like, my first thought was, this is a dumb title.
What is his name? Yes.
And then I saw, I was like, what? I know that guy. And I was like, oh my gosh. But anyway, yeah, you sorry, interjected.
No.
Yeah.
But yeah, just in case people are wondering, like, why are these guys talking about this? Because it's not a particular anniversary or anything like that. I don't think this moment of time, because last episode it was 20 years of one of my other personal favorite animes that you would not like, and I do not recommend it for you.
Oh, me? Really?
Yeah, definitely not, because it is full of anime nonsense, and as far as I know, you don't like anime nonsense.
Isn't Gunbuster full of anime nonsense?
I mean, it is, but in a... It doesn't have modern... Well, no, well... Maybe I'm gonna force you to watch Haruhi Suzumiya now.
I think it's...
In case people are wondering what the hell I'm talking about.
I guess it's because it's like, more like action-oriented is like maybe what... And I don't think the other one... it deals with like powers, right? The other one? Like...
The one I'm talking about?
Yeah.
No, it's more... Well, there's supernatural stuff going on. Yes. But yeah, this is more super robot wars kind of stuff, I guess, for anime nerds who understand these words I'm saying. So yes, Gunbuster. Let me set up what this story is about for those who don't know, which is probably a lot of people. Like I said, so it is in a sci-fi setting. I think it starts in like 2015, 2020, something rough that.
Yeah.
So not too far from where we are currently.
Yeah.
And in the future, humanity is on the edge of extinction, trouble, ? Because the humans have reached the stars, and apparently we're not by ourselves anymore. Mulder was right all along. And the aliens out there, they're not ET. Sadly, they're not friendly. And far as they know, the humans know in this story, is the aliens out to get them and take out all of humanity because they just can't get along for whatever reason. And humanity wants to fight back. In order to fight back, they decided to rip off Mobile Suit Gundam and come up with their own mecha units to then fight off said alien races. It's from the 80s. And in the 80s, what was popular was Top Gun. And that's a little inspiration that, because our main hero is a Japanese high schooler, because it's an anime. That's how these go. And he's in Okinawa, so that's a little bit different. So a little spicy. Military force down there. Makes sense. All right. So then our main protagonist, Noriko, is one of the chosen few to fight against these aliens in her Mobile Suit Gundam. But she is not top in her class by any means. In fact, she might be in the bottom of her class because anime fashion. And she needs to work her way to the top. But thanks to her One-san, her older sister, her senpai, basically, who is the blue hair girl named...
Kazumi Omano.
Oh, that's
Kazumi.
Right. Kazumi, yes.
Kazumi, yes.
But then the mysterious coach, everyone calls this guy, who's got the cool shades, and he's also from the 80s. He definitely hanging out with Tom Cruise. And he, for whatever reason, decides you're a chosen one, because out of all these kids and students in training, because it's like a whole school system, this and that, but only a select of the top members get to go into space and deal with the aliens. And for some reason, the coach believes in the underdog. And a lot of people don't like that decision he makes. But eventually, as the story has to keep moving forward, she goes out of space and has to deal with such aliens. And that's what you get to see in the 6-episode OVA series and or movie, depending on the way you watch it. It is over on Crunchyroll if you're curious. And yeah, that is the synopsis of the story, and this and this and that. Let's open up to just broad strokes before we get into the nitty gritty about everything. So, Andy, how did you feel about this one early on? What were you liking, not liking?
No, I liked it quite a bit actually. And I guess I was thinking of it because I guess I'm thinking about it from the context of like how it's like sort of like a shortened version of the long show or the longer series, which was kind of like a similar experience I had with Ghost in the Shell when I watched that.
Yes.
And I feel like, and it's interesting like comparing those two, like because obviously I'm missing quite a bit of like plot beats, and but I felt like I feel like I didn't miss as much with watching the movie versus the Ghost in the Shell. I don't know if this is like a weird take or anything, but I felt like because Ghost in the Shell is like so like it's like very like complicated and subversive, and there's all these like weird like technical terms that I'm like, wait, what does this mean? What does that mean? And you don't get to sit with it enough. And I feel like this story is so it's very simplistic and it's very easy to follow. So I very much like appreciated that, I guess, relative to like my experience with Ghost Show, which I liked, and I also really liked this, and I think I just liked it because I mean it's very similar to the story of Ava in a lot like
a lot of similarities.
It's like it's got main character doesn't feel like they're up to snuff, they can't do it, and then suddenly oh surprise surprise they're able to do it, and they like are very successful, and they like are able to be good in battles, I guess, if you want to just say that simply. But yeah, I mean. The biggest thing was like how gorgeous it is. Like it was like beautifully like animated, like amazingly well done. I don't know if you also agree. I thought it looked really good.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah,
but the younger generation, like I said, this is from 1989.
Yeah,
so it's very old by modern standards, and definitely this has that hand drawn look, which if you like that look, and I do because I grew up with that style of anime, I enjoyed it quite a bit. Some younger kids maybe won't appreciate those things.
Yeah,
but I liked it. No problems here.
Yeah, I
it's hard to imagine people don't, but
yeah,
it's a thing.
It's crazy to me. I mean, it's just so like detailed, like the aliens, the way they're designed. I really like the alien design. I really like the music too. I like the. I mean, I don't because I feel like we had different, and it's hard for me to like. I guess, and I guess maybe like maybe if there's any point where like we don't agree or something doesn't make sense, maybe it's because we watched kind of sort of different experiences when we watched the longer one.
Yes.
But like the music I really liked. Like I really liked like the kind of like the epic score to like build up like the space battles, but also like the 80s kind of like the 80s pop. I really love the 80s pop.
The 80s pop,
I think they did a really good job, and it was kind of like I was like it sort of like had like a familiar like sort of like melody, but I'm like I really like this. Like it just like it really worked. I really liked like just the style of it was really good, and I think. So I did enjoy it quite a bit. I think maybe of like all the three we've watched so far, I think I like this the most, which might mean that I really like this director, creator. I just really like his work. And
well,
like,
you're almost done with this catalog.
I mean, yeah, maybe I am. Yeah. Well, I could just watch those again.
Indeed. He's been doing it with Ava for years.
Yeah. And it feels like cheating to say I liked it because it's just like it's sort of a very similar story. It's got like the Coach is very much like Shinji's dad kind of in a lot of ways, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So like I mean, not literally, but like there's parallels. Like,
yes, there's parallels. Yes,
it's not like one to one. It's just very very much parallels. And I think I definitely feel like so like my biggest critique is obviously like there's clearly a lot of missing story development and pieces where like there are characters where I'm just like I'm introduced to I mean I don't want to say too much, but there's a character that you meet and it's like it feels like this is going to be a very important character, and like you kind of like hang out with them for like maybe 2 minutes, and then like you hang out with them for another little bit, and then they die.
Oh yes.
And I was sort of expecting something subversive to happen because of how fast it was, but I was like, oh no, like this is really just like they're dead, and like that's the story. But I was wondering, like, when you watched it, like, I mean, I guess we can get it. It's okay to like talk about a little more spoilery stuff, right?
Maybe in a little bit.
Okay, in a little bit.
Because right now, usually we just do like our general recommendation of like basically why should people watch this show, and if like maybe there, obviously if you're an Ava fan, you should check out this show, and then we'll get into all the nitty gritty stuff.
You're right. I'm sorry. I forget the format. Forgive me.
Never.
Yeah. No, I think. Well, I guess just going back to like the fact that you watched a long one, I think I enjoyed it a lot, and I don't feel like. I guess I'm just wondering how much you felt was like filler.
There's a little stuff here and there,
Yeah.
but I thought it's 6 episodes.
Yeah, and
It's
that's the
so
thing. It's
short.
so short, and I kind of like almost regretted it. Like when I realized, I was like, oh, like it's not. I was like, oh, these must be like 6-hour long episodes.
Yes.
Like no, it's like 20 minutes. Like I was like, oh, I should have just done that. Like if I had realized that like way before. But I mean, it's like it's a form of the move. It's like it's a form of that show. So like it exists as its own thing. So why not like see it in that way too? So yeah, it might be interesting to kind of see the distinctions.
Yeah,
as
the
I
difference.
mentioned.
I did. Yeah, as you mentioned, I watched the TV show version. If you like it,
Yeah.
technically it's an OVA, which is different because the difference is, for those who don't know, so TV shows, as you imagine, are made by a studio, anime studio, and then they deal with a TV company who has an interest to fill in their time slot to put something up and hey, make a show for us, this that, and they deal with the corporation from the TV show and make a TV show, put a product and this and that. And they get obviously the production dollars come from the TV station and this and other various places and this and that, and they put a show together. An OVA is an animation that is done in-house by a studio by themselves using their own money and funds.
Oh, okay.
And they hope to then recoup their money by selling like it in theaters or DVD or merchandise.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And so that's the difference in this one is this was definitely a passion project versus a commercial product, let's say. And you get that vibe. And that was the thing is in the 80s and the 90s, a lot of the big popular animes, they were technically OVAs. And the reason why, because all the animators put their heart and soul into these projects because they did it for the sake of artists, right? And to express themselves. And that's why you get a bunch of good stuff, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I liked it. I mean, there was a sort of an artistic change in the end. I guess we can talk about that in the spoiler section. I don't know. You probably know what I'm talking about. Like near the end of the show, it sort of changes artistically, and I really liked how they did that. I thought it was well done.
Classic Anno style.
Oh yeah,
which we'll get into in a little bit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, is it? I'm trying to remember. I guess I just really did. I get that at the end of the day, I really did miss some of the character development. Like there was like clearly relationships that aren't fleshed out on my end. That I'm like, oh, I get it. Like it still works, but it's like I kind of have to put in the effort to make it work.
You have to do it.
Yeah. Which is like.
And I'll tell you this right now: the 6th episode is probably not going to change too much of that.
Oh, really?
There's a little. I imagine there's a little bit more.
Yeah.
But it's 6 episodes. There's not and the way they tell the story and the way what happens because basically my synopsis is only like the first episode or 2, if even that. And the show, it's still the same concept and situation our heroes are finding them dealing with. But a lot of other things come into play that affect the drama of the story, I guess. But yes, a lot of the character stuff, it is you doing the extra legwork for these writers and artists because it's 6 episodes.
Yeah.
And they're telling a very grandiose space opera.
Yeah.
And there's a reason Mobile Suit Gundam is 52 episodes and not 6.
Yeah.
And why, if you watch the movie compilation versions of Mobile Suit Gundam, I don't recommend people to watch Mobile Suit Gundam that way because I get it just doesn't work. And I always tell people, if you want to see Mobile Suit Gundam at its best, the original 79 version, you got to do the extra homework and watch all the original TV show because the movies they cut too much versus like the new Ava movies, they cut out the things that probably people don't care about. But for the most part. But
Yeah.
I mean, I like both versions. I like all Ava, let's put it that way.
Yeah. Anyway.
But anyway, basically, would you recommend this as an Ava fan yourself?
Yeah.
And for any other Ava fan out there who maybe hasn't heard about this little OVA series.
Specifically Ava, I think so. Yeah. I mean, I feel like if anyone's going to recommend it, I'm the one getting recommended it versus me recommending it to people. But no, it was good. I think it just I guess my biggest critique is that I do think it's quite similar to the Ava story. Overall, just like those plot beats, but it doesn't, it doesn't.
There's enough.
Yeah, and I can't even like fault him for that. I feel like that's kind of a common thing for like most directors, like most like visionaries. They have like a similar arc and they like do it again. Like they've done it multiple times, and and I think that's fine. And it kind of makes it interesting too. It's like you have two different versions of the same story.
Yeah,
yeah, that works for me. Oh, I did want to mention the fact that I'm pretty sure this one came out in 2006. And I wonder if that was because he started doing like the remakes of like or like doing like the new movies
Uh-huh.
of Eva, and he was like, "Oh, I'll just kind of do the same thing with Gunbusters."
Uh-huh.
Kind of. I wonder if maybe that was like the mentality. I mean, I don't know. I'm just totally speculating.
Right? Yeah. I don't know enough.
Yeah.
But that would be my guess
Mhm.
right now.
Yeah.
But I don't. I do know there's another. I think it's a movie or an OVA of some sort that's called Die Buster, and it's supposedly a loose sequel to Gunbuster. But that's all I know. It deals with a new girl and a new mecha. But I don't know if it's a parallel. I don't know if it's like the same timeline or not. Because especially by the ending of the Gunbuster, things get way out there a little bit.
Yeah. Which might tie into what.
Yeah. What might
Yeah.
we get to that sequel thing?
Exactly.
So I don't know. I do not know. But I am curious. And now that we're already here, I guess what's one more movie thingamabob?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm interested. I do want to watch the series now, just because it's so short. It's like, why not? Like. And I enjoyed it. I mean,
it's on Crunchyroll.
I don't think I'm gonna run to go see it, but like if
Run.
I'm
Run, you fool.
no. if the mood strikes me, I think I will. But I do feel like based on what you're saying, I think I got the experience that I might have gotten anyway.
Yeah, I imagine.
Yeah.
It's good as a bit of if you're Andy's opinion's definitely more the casual anime fan.
Yeah.
If you're more of a hardcore person like myself, watching this 6-episode series, it is safe to say this is one of the most influential animes out there, period. Kind of, which funny because we were talking about with Haruhi last episode of the podcast. Because it works both ways in a way of, like I mentioned before, there's like Top Gun references and designs and the top class and this and that, and the character designs with his big aviator sunglasses, this and that. So obviously Ano liked Top Gun. And he's definitely a fan of Mobile Suit Gundam, and in particular Zeta Gundam, which is the sequel after Mobile Suit Gundam. It's like, I think 10 years after the events of that storyline. Because, well, that's more in spoiler stuff, but very influential in that way where just things Ano liked, that's what he brought to the party, along with a bunch of other anime classics that could go on and on and on. But the other thing of influential is that also people who then watch Gunbuster definitely got influenced by this work and then put it into their own works. In particular, if you're, like I said, once again, a hardcore anime fan, if you're aware of later Gainax productions like Gurren Lagann, or the people behind Gurren Lagann, then left Gainax, who made Gunbuster, made their own Studio Trigger, you would definitely recognize their work from Kill la Kill or Darling in the Franxx, because especially the end of Darling in the Franxx in this series has a lot in common towards the end parts of both series. And so yes, like I said, it's very influential anime, and if you want to understand anime as a scene, as an industry, along with Haruhi Suzumiya, add this one to your list to understand why anime is anime today. And so yeah, that is definitely my hardcore broad opinion about this series. And yeah, it's also, as Andy already pointed out, definitely you can see like the blueprint or the rough layout of these storylines and situations might come into play into the bigger brother that is Neon Genesis. So yeah, do you like mechs and soap opera, space soap operas? I don't know why you would not like this series.
And I think that's why I like it. I do like those things.
There you go.
I like both those things.
They need to watch, what's the something Heroes, the Galactic Stars? It's the other big popular retro space soap opera. That there's the original version. It's like not it's not One Piece, but it's a lot of it's like maybe 100 episodes. It's really long, but they were they did remake it, but I think they stopped remaking it, but I don't know why. Maybe it's still coming. I don't know. Legend of the Galactic Heroes? I'll look it up. But anyway, maybe you'll enjoy that because it's supposedly less Gundam fighting, perhaps, but a lot of space drama, let's say.
Okay.
So there's my free anime recommendation apparently so far.
Cool.
I'll have 10 more by the end of the spoiler discussion. Which, speaking of which, Andy, now we're breaking in to the spoiler talk. So, Andy, why don't you get us started? What do you want to dissect and talk about?
Well, yeah, I mean, so as far as like when I was talking about like character, like I guess really like soaking into the story, and like I feel like I'm like, oh, I'm missing all these important like moments. Like we meet, what's his name? I have it here.
Smith.
Smith. Yeah, we meet
the
Smith.
only male character that isn't the captain or coach.
Yeah, right. That's true. I guess there was like kind of moments. There were a few moments that kind of like back to back where I'm like, this feels like I'm missing so much. And I think so early when coach is like, I'm gonna choose you, Noriko, you're gonna be the one. We're gonna pick you, and this is your friend Kazumi. Like you're gonna be like a team basically.
Yeah.
And then they're like training, or Noriko's training, and then she overhears Kazumi saying, like, oh, I don't want to be her partner.
Yes.
And I felt like I was missing a lot of like, and maybe it was, maybe I didn't miss a lot. Maybe you can tell me that, but like based on the show, but I felt like it was like all of a sudden she doesn't like her. Like she's like, I don't want her to be a partner. And and I was like, I feel like there should be moments where I'm seeing that happen. Did you see that happen? No?
No.
Interesting.
Are we talking the particular scene where she accidentally overhears them? Yes. There's no, you have to do a little bit of legwork on this one. But my assumption, the reason she says not because like, oh, she sucks or I don't like her personality or this or that. I think the reason she says that is just she doesn't have the confidence that she's going to survive.
Oh.
And so she's trying her best to look out for her in, a left-handed kind of weird back kind of way.
Yeah.
Because she's hoping she's going to get together. And like I said, because she's like during the training camp, and said, you got this kid, she's really motivating her, giving her a pep talk, this and that. But deep down, this kid has no potential whatsoever at this point.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, the coach is like, she's the one. But like, there's no evidence to support why the hell is she the one? And I think she's just worried about that. This is just a teenager girl that's just come out here to die for no good reason. And I don't want this poor kid to die for no good reason. And obviously, I'm a better pilot. And like I said, in a weird way, she's trying to protect her by saying she's no good and trash. And if we can't be a partner, then you can't send us out to space and she can't die. That's, I'm assuming, her motivation for that.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I saw less of them working together than maybe what you're saying as far as like they were training together, the two of them.
Yeah, there's also that. They don't really do a lot together.
I don't even know if I saw like any of that. I think I might have just seen, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm misremembering, but I feel like, I mean, obviously it was much smaller than what you would have seen if that was the case. But I guess like right after that is when we meet the Smith character.
Yes.
And she's like feeling down in the dumps. Oh, like she doesn't want to be my partner.
Right.
And then he's like, I'll be your partner.
Right. He needs a partner.
Yeah. And then like, it's like, oh, cool. Like he's going to be this character. And then they go to battle and he just like dies like right away.
Yes.
Was there more between them in the show?
Did you see the scene where they did the spooky thing together?
No.
Then yes, that's important.
Oh, really?
Then you did miss. Oh, I'm surprised they cut. Oh, that's important.
Spooky thing.
So it's a very small scene, but it helps us. This is the first time you meet this character. Yeah, that's the worst. That's a terrible.
Wait. Tell me. Maybe I'm misremembering, but because
there's the scare challenge, and that's how they first meet each other.
Scare challenge.
It's a traditional Japanese thing they do.
Oh no, I didn't see that. They just happen to run into each other. That's what I saw.
Okay, then yeah, you missed because the first scene they meet each other, it's they're traveling in space, and because they're traveling in space, they have to turn off all the non-important power so they could fly through space. And everyone is like camping together, and the way it goes is they have the girls together and the boys together, right? But for whatever reason, they don't explain this, but you just assume this is what happens. It just so happens at the same time, because we see Noriko's perspective most of the series, and you see what the girls are up to, and the girls are challenging. They have to draw straws, and she gets the short straw, and she has to now do the test of courage. And the test of courage is they have to sneak through the ship, despite it's all dark and spooky, and they're not supposed to be out there, right? Because they're all basically candidates still at this point, kind of. And they have to go to like the top of the mecha-based thing and like tie their ribbon to prove they passed the test and they went and did this epic journey right in their minds. And she wants to do that, and she's scared and petrified because that's her character, as we know so far. But on the way there, she meets Smith. And Smith is just so happens he's doing the same exact thing because he makes a line like, "Oh, the girls are doing the same thing. That's crazy."
Huh.
And she's so scared because, she's like worried. And he's the one that jumps out, right? But he doesn't jump out at her. But, it's something that moves in the dark, right? So she gets spooked, and to a point, fine, I'll help you. Give me your ribbon. And sure enough, he takes her ribbon and goes to the top of the ladder and ties her ribbon to prove like she passed the test, right? She did this test of courage. But then I think Coach stumbles upon them and goes, "What the hell are you guys doing? Go back to your god." And so they have to run away. And so that's the first time they met each other.
Oh, interesting.
So yeah, there's a little bit of context there to show that he's got the guts and she doesn't.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. All I really saw is like she's like down in the dumps and like
he's at the vending machines.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's like all I. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Then you messed up. That scene. It's not a lot, but it's something.
Yeah.
To imply they're like where they're at mindset and
Yeah, and I felt like that was just like it felt, and that's why I thought like there was certain like it almost felt like, I don't want to say they were red herrings, but it almost felt like they were, because it was like, oh, I feel like, oh, it was like so short lived that he's gonna come back or something, and there's gonna be some kind of, I guess there were some angles that I thought they were gonna take that it didn't, which I guess maybe is good, that like I didn't like predict the story in a way, or maybe it was just it was more traditional than I was expecting it was going to be, because I was like, he died so fast. I was like, I don't even know who this guy is. So it was hard, like, and as much as I liked the movie, I felt like it was hard for me to be like, oh damn, he died. Like it was just like, oh, I don't know who this guy is. Yeah.
There's two things about that, because normally that does bother me a lot. The one thing that helped me in a lot of things is expectations. I knew this guy was going to die. And I knew he was going to die quick, because there's 6 episodes to work in. Someone has to die to motivate her to get her shit together.
Sure.
So it's obvious he's the first candidate. And 2, for better or for worse, he's a male character in a female prominent series. The odds are not in your favor.
Yeah.
And so there was that. But the saving grace, and the thing that doesn't bother me as much, is I really like the way he dies. Because a lot of times it's always this glory death or something over the top and dramatic. But it's literally there in a space fight. We still haven't really seen what the aliens look like. They kind of show early on a little bit just to prove they're real. We're not making this the fuck up. And it's just they're communicating, and like she doesn't have it together. She can't keep up. These things are moving so fast. And she's like, come on. Or Smith's like, come on, you got this. Come on, you got to. There's one coming to your left. Pay attention, this and that. And they're talking, they can't see each other because they're out in nowhere space. It's all, blackness and stars around them. And then they're communicating, and then all of a sudden, he doesn't respond back.
Yeah.
And I just thought like, ooh, because in the cold, hard darkness of empty space, that's exactly how that plays out.
Yeah. No, that's true. I agree. I like how they handled that as well.
So despite you don't feel too much for the character, the fact that that's just how his life ends, nothing.
He's just like, that's just how it's going to be in this career. Like, you're just going to meet someone and he's just going to die.
Yeah, they made something interesting out of a character that they didn't do spend any time with, which is impressive.
Yeah. No, that's valid. Yeah. And then kind of in the same vein, there was another character, Linda. Do you know much about Linda?
Was Linda the Russian?
I don't know. She got like squished, I think she got smushed.
Oh, she was just a random background character.
Oh, okay. Because there was, and I was wondering how much of like, and maybe there wasn't that much, because I thought I was missing a whole bunch of like, we're in school and we're talking to each other and we're the girls and we're all friends.
Right.
I thought I was missing
There's not much
bunch
of
that.
No.
Okay. So I guess that does make me feel like not as like, I guess I don't feel like I missed that much.
Out of curiosity, because I imagine this scene got cutted out. Because I can remember the Russian girl's name is, but does she and the blue hair girl fight each other when they first meet in mechas?
I don't know about that. Was she the girl that goes with them into the?
She goes with them at the end. Yes.
I didn't meet her until the end.
What?
Yeah, I didn't know who she was until.
Wow.
She
edited horror scenes out?
I met her when Kazumi and her were like hanging out with the leader, and he was like eating his watermelon or something, at the end.
Yes,
very
I think
specific.
So. Yes.
That's when I met her.
Wow.
Like really met her. Yeah.
There's not a ton. Well, there's a lot more.
Who is this?
There's more scenes in that scene of her. Not a lot more, but more than that.
I figured there was, because I was like, why is she so important all of a sudden?
Yes.
And I thought she was Kazumi for a minute.
Kazumi,
because I was like, oh, like that's her. Like there's no other girl.
No.
It's like, oh no, there was.
It's a different girl, and like she's like Kazumi's rival.
I didn't know that.
Yes, because when they first when Kazumi and Noriko with Coach arrived to the Alexia or something with an EX something Excelsior, I don't know.
Yeah.
The big spaceship. The captains there welcome them. You are our top pilots, but also our next top pilot is this Russian girl.
Never saw that.
Who's the redhead.
Yeah.
And when they first get there, they're all polite and nice to each other. But soon as they go on their Mobile Suit Gundams, they start having like a real serious practical fight with each other. And that's when you probably didn't see the alien.
What alien?
Because they see, here's the thing. And that was the thing I was wondering about. Topic. I thought halfway the series they're going to reveal there are no aliens.
I kind of thought a similar thing. I thought Coach was sort of like part of some kind of like manipulation of like this onslaught that was happening, in that like he was making like this alien thing happen. So that was my thought, but go ahead.
Yeah. But the thing is, so they have this skirmish and they're fighting, they're like using like pipes or random things to fight each other. So they're fighting each other, but not trying to kill each other at the same time. So anyway, they're fighting through the ship, and they stumble upon one of the alien. And they never, here's the thing, they never explain why they have an alien captive being on the ship. They just, I guess to prove for us, the audience, the aliens are real.
Oh, there was no captive alien,
Yeah, I was going to say, because like I said, that's but then it's funny because they get serious, they fight each other, but then after they're like, oh, okay, you're good. Then they become like best friends like that.
Immediately.
So it's a little jarring.
Yeah.
But gotta go fast.
Yeah.
And so that's the thing, is it helps when I know there's only 6 episodes to work with, and I know storytelling, something's gonna have to get cut.
Yeah.
She's kind of always there, but she's always like the third fiddle. And she's even like the third love triangle, kind of also. But I guess if they they don't show any of that either, I imagine in the movie.
Yeah, with Coach, right?
Yes.
Her, Coach, and
everyone loves Coach in his sunglasses.
Yeah. I thought he was gonna be, and I thought that was sort of like because of the way the movie began for me. I don't know how much of what you saw with her dad being like, or Kazumi, because at the beginning, Kazumi's dad, right? No,
Noriko.
Noriko's dad.
The short hair one, not blue hair.
I'm getting him all mixed up. So at the beginning of the movie, Noriko's dad is like on a ship, and it's going down, and then he's with Coach, who's much younger.
Yes.
And then he's like, "Oh, you gotta leave, Coach, and lead the future."
Yes, he does the hero
armies.
sacrifice. You got the last escape pod.
And he's like, "Oh no!" And I
take these and these imperial plans with you.
Exactly. And then so he leaves, but her dad dies. Yeah, there was another interesting thing about that. But I sort of thought that was going to be like some sort of like false narrator, unreliable narrator thing, where like maybe he's like, "Oh, but I killed him," and blah blah blah. And then because of how much of an asshole he is in the movie, I was sort of kind of thinking that was going to happen. It's like, no, he's just a dick. Like he's just a dick that who has radiation poisoning from all the flying stuff he does. So that was it. One thing that I was interested, that I was kind of surprised that they left in, and maybe it was just because they wanted to like. Well, no, I guess now that I'm thinking about it, it makes sense now. But like because they left in the thing where Kazumi, when they see, which I thought was really cool. And that's another interesting thing about, like, I guess that's when we haven't mentioned about the movie, is the interesting thing of, like, when you're in, like, light speed, time goes by, like, really slow.
Yes.
But, like, real world goes by, like,
spinning.
Like, minutes will be, like, days for people. Like, it's, like, very, like, Interstellar, right? If you want to compare.
Interstellar. Yes, that would be that'd probably be the popular
or
reference.
Death Stranding 2, but we can get into
that. Coming up soon.
We'll get into that. But yeah, no, so that's an interesting element, like in and of itself, and that like that plays into a lot of the story beats of like how like her. And that was the thing, like with like all her friendships. I was like, oh, like she goes into space and then she comes back, and like her friend with the glasses is like much older now.
Because I think it was something like, just to give everyone a reference, it was like they were gone in space for like 6 months or 3. Even short. I think it was like more like 3 months, and I think it was like a decade had passed on Earth.
Yeah.
And so, and then at that point, she sees her like high school best friend who's already like has a kid of her own already.
Yeah. So that, I mean, but I guess that part playing into like when she finds her like the dad's old spaceship that got destroyed, and she's like, oh, I want to find my dad.
So they kept that part of the movie?
That was and I thought about that too, but I feel like it worked.
It helps explain the time.
Well, it explains that, but it also explains that like there is no hope. Like her dad really is dead. Like he's not coming back. Like
I guess
he won't come back. And like, yeah. But I do also think like, I feel like you didn't really need that.
Yeah.
But it was like I feel like it helps like hammer home her like my life sucks. My life sucks. My dad, this is all bad. This is all bad. This is all bad. But at the same time, it like didn't have like,
I guess I would have cut. Yeah,
it doesn't serve the plot at all, really.
Yeah, I feel like if I was the editor, I would have cut that scene and kept the other scene with the other character because like
Smith or whatever, or the both of them. Maybe?
Well, yeah, both him and the other girl, because she's kind of important when it comes to like the power level of the pilots.
I mean, really, probably her, because it's weird to
especially at the end when she has like the big powerful like I'll go with you guys, because it's a very I call it a Gurren Lagann trigger moment. And it's a cool emotional moment if you like these kind of things, which I do. But yeah, if you don't know who that character is, it's like it does not land. Yeah, it would not land for me.
Yeah, I lost my train of thought.
Yeah. Time travel's hard.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, and that interest. I mean, I guess
I did not see that coming. Being a plot point, the whole time difference.
And I think maybe that's another thing. I think you know that about me. I like time. I'm a sucker for time travel.
Yeah, I mean, I am
media.
too.
So I think.
Have you seen Haruhi Suzumiya?
Oh.
Maybe that'll help sell it to you. There's some shenanigans.
Yeah.
There's some shenanigans.
Yeah, I just like anytime it's like that just is so interesting to me. Like they're like 13 because I think there was like one point where they were like, we got to get on this ship or like so much time.
Right, we're gonna miss out.
We're gonna miss so much time. We got to get on now. And so
and they're like, we're 12 seconds short.
Yeah,
and like it was a month, I think, for them.
It's crazy
because they shoot even faster than the spaceship was traveling, and because it was like, oh, I keep forgetting. It was a promise because they were gonna do that mission and be back in time for the Russian girl's birthday.
Oh,
but because they were 12 seconds late, they missed it by a whole month. And then the senpai character goes, "Oh yeah, sorry, she just lost. For you, it's been a month since we've been gone. She just lost her dad like 30 minutes ago."
Oh, yeah, I didn't get. And I feel like I saw her like in moments, but I didn't like meet her. Like,
yes,
like
she's just in the background.
Her dad died, like that character.
Well, no, she was explaining to her. She confirmed that her, because in her head until that mission, she was hoping maybe somehow her dad survived, right? But by going to the ship and knowing for a fact he's not coming back, there's no hope of that. So she's basically reliving, all the hope of him being alive. So in a way, he died again for her. I guess I was hamming it up a little bit.
Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, that's always a fun like plot beat. Yeah. And then I guess going into like the spoiler, like the last, I guess the last half of my movie, probably the last episode of yours was like all black and white.
Yes, that was episode 6 for me.
Yeah. It was very, very. I was like, it was very beautiful. I don't know if you had that scene where it's like, I really liked how they did it. Was there like a big epic fight where it's almost like they're just like going past like illustrations? Like,
yes,
yeah.
I call that episode 25 and 26 of the original Neon Genesis Evangelion.
I don't remember that specific. Wait, no, I do. Yes, I do.
Because they ran out of money.
Yeah. Okay.
He used the same technique here. Okay. So if you love the original ending, have I got an ending for you?
I kind of liked it though. I think it worked with like the music they were that coming back to the music.
Okay.
You didn't like it?
I didn't.
I liked it. I think for me it was just like to me. I mean, and I could see that, but to me it was almost like telling me like this is so like. And I maybe this is like my headcanon really is like there's like so much going on that it's like you can't even really see
comprehend it.
Yeah, it's like
Dragon Ball Z. They're moving so fast, I can't see it.
It's like this action is so crazy. This is what it like would look like, or like this is how you would fathom it. Like you couldn't like. Yeah.
Yes, definitely. As the animators rejoice. Yes, definitely. As they sold the scene.
Well, they got me because I was like, oh, pretty good. And I do think
it was
the music helped it.
The music does help. The music is quite good.
Yeah, I think that was like that's really what like it's like the arts like there's like I just really liked a lot of the moments when they're like accelerating and like the lines are shaking in their face and it's just like, oh, you can like tell that they're like moving like insanely fast by like the lines in her face. And I always loved when Noriko is like she does like a big like she does like a crazy like big attack, and I just like really like yeah.
And that's what's funny. So a lot of the series plays pretty serious, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And like, oh no, this is these aliens are trying to murder all humanity, and we're the last line of defense. But then all of a sudden there are times where they do these very super robo ultimate finisher attack anime things that's just like, what the where did this come from? Because all of a sudden now so that's the other interesting side tangent. It's called Gunbuster. You don't see the Gunbuster until like episode 4, if not 5.
It's like late.
Very late. They just keep talking about she's for the Gunbuster project because she's what's the secret? What's the Gunbuster project?
Yeah.
Ooh, this and that. It's good at building up hype. I did enjoy a little bit of the hype, I guess. But like the thing that Gunbuster can do is so broken. That it just seems like, why did they build more than one of these damn things? And we could have won this war and go home.
Yeah, right.
And they have some line real quick. We were in a rush. And this is the prototype. It's very it's also very Mobile Suit Gundam.
Yeah.
Compared to that. And,
also Ava.
Yeah, also Ava. Yeah, that would work too. It can be jarring, but if you're a Studio Trigger fan, it brings that over the top hypeness that I do enjoy. And once again, do you like, if you've seen Gurren Lagann, which maybe now is my next thing I'm recommending to Andy, there's a lot of that. If you like that in particular, that's just Gurren Lagann. It's just that. Just hype robot action.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's got a little bit of a unique Gainax pedigree to it since they used to work at, that series came from Gainax. It's like one of the first, or one of the last things they produced. Anyway, Anime History 101 apparently.
Yeah, no, what did you think of the ending?
It's fine, but I'm not a big fan of like different. I don't know. I'm back and forth on that ending. Are we talking about the ending?
Yeah.
The fact that, spoiler alert, in case you're still here and you forgot about the spoiler alert, where they defeat the evil aliens for sure in that last episode, because in the 5th episode it was like 95% destroyed.
Yeah.
And they came back for a second round, and that's where you get in that last episode. And they took them off with the giant super
black
Anoda.
hole.
Yes.
Yeah.
But they do it, but at the great cost of time difference, because by the time they return from that, it's like 2,000-3,000 years in the
Yeah.
future, something
like-
bonkers.
Yeah, like ridiculously far.
But you never, because that's literally how the show ends, is like you think, oh no, did we lose? I think we lost, because the whole like Earth is dark and this and that. But of course, when they get there, it lights up like a Vegas sign and welcome back.
Mhm,
And like,
mhm.
there you go, happy endings. Yay, we survived thanks to that. It's okay.
Mm.
It's okay. Part of me almost wishes to like just end the series at episode 5, because episode 5 is where she shows up with the gunbuster and they basically won that war.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a little happy-go-lucky, and I don't know. I'm still thinking. What do you think? You tell me, Andy. What do you think? How feel about that
No, I
ending?
liked it.
You liked it.
I did. Yeah.
What'd you like about it?
I think I just liked that it was like, I guess it was just like saying like it was like her efforts weren't like in vain, I guess, like
Mhm.
ultimately, like that's what it was saying. Like you sacrifice so much, like you sacrificed like basically like even seeing like her friend that she promised to see, like it's like she didn't do that, but she did like essentially save all of humanity. Yeah. And I guess that's like fundamentally I like that.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
true.
I don't know.
That's nice. That's nice of them. I guess. I think, but this is the problem, is like it only works. It would work better for me if we see them land on the planet and you could see what they sacrificed and lost, or this or this or that. But it's just very much of like, we won, happy-go-lucky, and fade to black. Kind of. Which it feels like, well, don't we just basically get that in the 5th episode also?
Yeah, it did feel like two endings. Like I remember
Yes.
when that first battle ended, I was like, I looked at like my.
Is there more?
I was like 30 more minutes. Like,
Yes.
I'm like why? Like this feels like the end. Like they killed them, didn't they?
Yeah. So that's the thing. Yeah, and I think that's it gave me vibes of like the last Lord of the Rings movie, where it kept fading to black like 10 times before here's the real ending.
Yeah.
A little bit.
No, I get that, and I think it didn't bother me as much because for me it was such a short movie. Like,
yes,
it's hard when those like when you see like those like Marvel like 2 hours 20-minute movies where it's like the third act isn't even here yet. It feels like it already ended, but like it was so short. Like if it was 40 minutes longer, which I feel like it would. I don't know. Like I'm kind of torn now between if I want more or less based on what we're talking about.
Yeah,
but I do think, because it was so short, I didn't feel like that ending fatigue, like sort of.
It makes sense though in that short of pair.
Yeah.
I just feel like, and I don't know. The other thing is a little too classical. Oh no, the bomb didn't work. Don't worry, guys. I'll do it for my.
Yeah.
It's a little like
It's pretty cliche.
It's a little too
that's super
cliche. It's the happy-go-lucky. I mean, it just. I guess if there was something a little bit more of I needed a little bit more something to help sell it.
Sure.
And because we don't really even in the version I saw, you really don't get much with the best friend high school character or this or that. And even they're trying to like sell a relationship between Noriko and like her best friend's daughter, I guess, because like she's calling her like aunt, this and that. They're trying to sell like a relationship there, but you don't really get to see that because you don't see the daughter like in 1-2 scenes, and like they're almost like flashback scenes because the way time travel works in these 6 episodes or whatever. So it felt like we missed something. And plus it's a little, because like it's supposed to be like a little bit sad, but it just didn't really work for me because they cut to like, because they know they're not going to make it back on time with the promise they had. Almost like, maybe that's the other thing. It makes me think of Interstellar, but like even in an extreme version of Interstellar, and I don't like Interstellar. So maybe that also didn't help. But like there's that scene where they show like, oh, I thought I heard Noriko for a sec, and it's the mom, because of course you can hear the voice. Yeah. And because see, I understand the context thanks to Haruhi Suzumiya, because what they're doing is celebrating it's a holiday on July 7th, Tanabata, I think that's the pronunciation. And it's the whole point is in this holiday, it's about the differences, it's about the stars and time, and it matches the motif of the movie basically. So I understood the context of it, but it's just on an emotional level, it didn't do anything for me, I guess. But it was clever if you understand Japanese holidays and cultural things. I logically makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to think of. I don't know if I have a ton more to say, but I enjoyed it. I'm glad I watched it. I guess I am surprised that I enjoyed it as much as I did. Kind of giving all the things we're discussing.
Mhm.
I think I just like the way the story. I don't know. I just like this kind of story. I guess really, and like it's just like like kind of. I mean, I always like a classic hero's journey, and that's what this really is.
It definitely is.
Yeah. I'm always a sucker for those stories. Star Wars. Hello.
Yeah, definitely. Also, maybe perhaps just a wee bit influence on that one.
Maybe.
Just a wee bit.
Maybe.
I mean, the first thing Anno animated / directed was a big old bunny girl costume, and she fights Darth Vader. I don't know if you've ever seen that.
No, I haven't.
It's a thing. It's like I think it's to promote the studio, Gynax.
Wow.
It's a whole. I don't know. It's a short. It's only like 2 minutes long or something
Huh.
like that. But it's just a bunch of. Anno's a big nerd, and he has no problem of being influenced by the things he likes. And that first thing, and even in Gunbuster, as I already made reference to, he's definitely influential. He like I say, it works way. He gets influenced, and then people get influenced by his works, and we all spread the love of anime all around.
That's that's art, I guess. Just keeps going.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. Coach is insane. There is absolutely no evidence at all to support that Noriko's the chosen one.
No, not at all.
Not
no,
at
no,
all.
No,
not a
no,
glimpse.
there's
No,
not.
no force push or pull or pickup or nothing.
It's just because her dad.
Because her dad, and of course everyone's like, that's why everyone hates it. Oh, it's nepotism. It's you're only getting chosen because your dad was a famous admiral and he died for an audible hero's death and this and that. And you're a fake one. And there is at no point until she puts on the gunbuster suit does she ever show a promise or remote talent being a mobile suit pilot of any sort.
Yeah.
I needed something.
Yeah.
Because I know, like, you got to believe in yourself. And because that's what Coach is literally just coaching us, the audience, trying to convince us to sell this character to us. And it just never felt real to me at all.
Yeah.
But I overlooked it because I rolled my eyes and, like, I get what we're going for. And it's and that's the thing is, like, it gets the pass for me because at the end of the day, it's a girl power, the movie. And that's refreshing because you still sadly you just don't see that sometimes in the anime scene these days.
Yeah.
And I was willing to look the other way because, like I said, it was a lot of female characters promoting. They're the chosen ones. They got talent. They can do the job that no one else can do.
Yeah.
And that's good to see.
The women save the day.
Women save the day. The men roll over and die. Apparently, Smith useless.
Yeah.
The questionable American with his name / blonde hair. The terrible foreigner ? I guess that was it. So it's good to see women in power. That's a nice thing. It also just so happens there's a couple nudity scenes that aren't really necessary at all. But for whatever reason, we have to have these important quotation mark conversations in shower rooms or in the changing rooms and different things. And sometimes they fans deal Dead or Alive or if Miles was here to get this reference. So in Dead or Alive, the fighting game, very good fighting game, especially 2 and 3 in particular, there's an option mode where you could increase the jiggle physics on the female fighters. And there were times where it felt like I was playing a Dead or Alive game in this OVA series because some things break the laws of physics, perhaps, to entice a certain audience, perhaps. So it's a little bit of a double-edged sword, let's say.
Yeah.
So I will point that out just so people will be like, wait a minute, he brought this but not brought it. I did notice it. But I guess it's part of the business.
I mean, it's just kind of, it's like a sign of the times in a way.
Yeah.
Like it's unfortunate in that aspect. I mean, I do feel like I do want to hinge on the fact that it's like, oh, cool, like none of the women character need a man to come in and do the thing to save the day. That's not like, oh, we can't really do it, you can do it. It's like that's like the nice part that I want to like hang on to. But it's like I don't know if you got the ending where like when she's like tearing out her heart.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like she's doing like the final blow, but like
that one doesn't bother me because it's a little similar. She's really tearing out her heart, and she has to do it because of the mecha.
Yeah.
So that one, like I said, those ones, fine. Do we need it? No. But can we justify it? Fine. But I think Louis said this during our Hardy talk. When the writers could come up with some reason for it, then fine. I'll still roll my eyes, but it won't bother me. It's when they get lazy and don't do anything. We just cut to shower scene for whatever beach scene for some reason. I'm like,
Yeah.
Come on, guys. You can
Yeah.
step up our game just a wee bit.
Yeah. No, I agree.
So yeah, there's that too.
Just
So
a
maybe
caveat.
don't maybe show this to your youngest anime fans. Also,
No.
perhaps a little warning there.
Yeah.
And that's in OVAs. You don't have to worry about broadcasting laws.
Oh.
So there's an extra bonus for going independent, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes. Just basically, I'll talk a little bit quickly the behind the scenes stuff. As I already kind of mentioned about the influences, this and that.
Mm-hmm.
I guess to help sell the show if people are still here and they're curious why people should watch the show. I think I maybe mentioned, I don't know if I mentioned it or not already, but like I said, a lot of Coach's look and his role in this series is very much of Char Aznavour's role in the second Mobile Suit Gundam series, Zeta. And so I couldn't help but notice, definitely, perhaps, Anno watched that particular run of Gundam. There's too many similarities not to take notice of. And then the other thing of note that was cute and intentional is, maybe you don't know this, Don. Let's see if I can blow Andy's mind or not. I might blow at least some listeners' mind. Did you know that Mr. Anno himself, the man behind this and Eva, also worked for the famous Hayao Miyazaki?
I didn't know that. Wow.
Indeed.
Huh.
And let's see now. Really, I could really blow your mind. Have you seen the first Ghibli movie? Despite it wasn't Ghibli yet, but it's the first Miyazaki directed, and all the animators, writers, is that that is Nayushka Valley of the Wind.
No.
Okay, well then I can't totally blow your mind, but it's not a total spoiler, so I won't say exactly the details. But basically, if you have seen Nausicaa, Nayushka, everyone has a different pronunciation. There is a monster-like creature that shows up, and Mr. Anno himself did all that.
Oh, wow.
And if you see that enemy design, monster design, whatever you want to call it, it sure looks a lot like these monsters you see in Diebuster.
Interesting.
So you can definitely see the influence there alone if you're paying attention to the art and this and that. The other thing, maybe you saw this, but maybe you didn't, because maybe they cut it out from your version. They actually show a poster of Nayushka in the Valley of the Wind.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, they might have cut it out. It's a very small scene. I think Noriko's talking to her best friend's daughter on the phone, and it's in her room, and of course she's like in her underwear talking on the phone because of course she is. But on her wall is two posters. A poster of Nayushka, which came out I think in 1982, and this came out in 88, so 6 years ago. And like I said, he worked on that movie, Anno himself. And two, the same year this came out, both these this OVA series, however you want to call it, and My Neighbor Totoro also came out, and here's a poster of Totoro the same year, or roughly around the same time that movie came out. So it's a little homage and pay respect to Miyazaki himself, because obviously he was influenced by him. Okay, now we're the connection. I'm such a nerd, I swear. There's another connection between Anno and Mr. Miyazaki. By chance, have you seen The Wind Rises? It was Miyazaki's last movie until The Boy and the Heron.
Yeah.
In The Wind Rises, in Japanese, if you switch the Japanese audio track, Hideki Anno, famous anime director, for some reason is the main lead role in that movie.
That is random.
And the only reason why is because Miyazaki thought he had a weird voice. And he liked that weird voice to play this character for his movie.
Wow.
And there's scenes of, you see Hideki Anno, like I said, he's not a voice actor, not trained, never really had a notion of being an actor. And for whatever reason, he is the main actor in that last Miyazaki, or used to be last Miyazaki film.
Yeah.
So it's fascinating. I think there was even a photo that I saw recently they were together. It's kind of crazy. Mr. Miyazaki's still with us.
Yeah. I mean, it's great.
It's great.
Yeah.
More, please.
Yeah,
if you,
100%.
So yes, there is a lot of inside baseball happening. And like I said, influences Gurren Lagann, Kill la Kill, Darling in the Franxx. What most people probably would think or call the trigger pose, the arms folded like this as the gunbuster rises up. They do that all day long in Trigger Productions. So it's very much a cool anime pose thing and a reference to this very influential little OVA series.
Yeah.
So yes, it's like I said, if you are a scholar of the Japanimation, you got to add Ghost in the Shell, Haruhi Suzumiya, I'd argue, and also Gunbuster if you want to get that master's degree in Animanotics. Just making this.
Yeah, that's a word.
Yeah, why not? Why not? So yes, overall, really good. If you like I said, all these things I've named, and obviously Ava, you should check out Gunbuster.
Yeah,
it's on Crunchyroll. You can watch all 6 episodes, and you won't be as confused with the Russian character versus poor Andy.
Yeah, I would say, I as much as I like the movie, it sounds like I'd probably pivot to the anime.
Yeah, get that extra 30 minutes, which apparently was all her scenes cut it out. That was my curiosity. And I do have a Blu-ray copy of the movie, so I'm probably going to watch it out of curiosity because I'm just that fucking nerd. I gots to know.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Speaking of things I got to know, Andy, I think it's time.
Yeah.
I think it's finally time. I was dreading this moment for years, Andy. But here we are once again. Talking about another famous Japanese creator.
Yep.
And this time it's Hideo Kojima. And
sure is.
Yes, Stranding 2.
Sure is. The author.
Yes, the author.
If you will.
He brought his monocle as an ongoing joke for long-time listeners. The monocle, he brought his monocle. Oh, yes. It's a fine brew I made today.
Yeah.
It's art for artist's sake.
Yeah.
All right, before we just dive into everything Death Stranding, let's say, I guess just to paint a little picture for everyone out there to see our expectations, without getting to maybe spoilerific stuff, how did you feel about that first game?
I guess my initial impressions, I think, are pretty close to what we talked about the first time. So if you, wherever that episode lives, we talked about it.
My hard drive, basically.
Yeah, I think, I think we just basically chalked it down to like, I mean, if you really want to get simple, story bad, game good, kind of like fundamentally. I did replay it again recently just to kind of like get ready for this new game, and I think maybe it's just because maybe my expectations were like, or I knew what I was getting myself into as far as the story goes, so like I was able to like absorb the world a little bit better, and I appreciated it more. I still think it's like very silly and like, you know, not a very good story in general overall. But I don't know, certain things worked for me. I do think like as far like Sam Porter Bridges as the main character is still very
Can't forget that name.
Yeah, it's unforgettable name. You got to give it that. I'll never forget that.
Despite I try.
Yeah, I think it's there are certain glimmers that I like. Like I for example, like if we're talking about like just characters, I really like, and maybe it's just Troy Baker like hamming it up. Like really, like anytime you get to Troy Baker in that game, the main protagonist, it's like antagonist, yes, the main bad guy, the bad guy. It's like I'm just like, oh, I love this. Like the way he sells it is so like good, and like he's like stand out, like even amongst like actors, like I mean he's an actor too, but he's more
known for his voice acting.
But like he's showing how good of an actor he is, like front to back, like back to.
I would argue he's the only actor on the set.
Yeah, it's like the way he like just like cheeses it up is like like in a good way though.
Yes,
like, he's like very like over the top villain in like the best way, and I think I like his sort of like his there are certain things that I like I his character Higgs's, like there's like a nihilistic attitude about him where he's just kind of like F the world,
pretty
and like
much.
That's his like purpose. He's like the world is bad, and like I got more into like the whole like mechanic of like building the roads and everything, and I was like really I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it. I think maybe a little more the second time because I was so like the story's gonna be like whatever,
what to expect.
And I guess I'm kind of like I don't want to like compare it to what I guess I like the story more in hindsight because of what the second one is. I think is, and I'm interested in how you feel about that, but I do feel like there's like so far there's a simplicity to the first one, or there's more simplicity to the first one to the second one. Like the first one is just like save the world, and also this girl got captured, save the girl.
Yes.
Like that's what it is, and I'm like, oh, I like that. I like that. That is, I can work with that. I mean, maybe it's not told in the best way. Maybe like as like a story, it's like what we're meeting these, like the way it tells the story is like very silly and not very good. But like I like the idea of like world's gonna end, but I also got to save this lady, and I don't know the world. Like it's like I'm learning.
You're learning about the world.
I'm learning about the world.
Because it's not like ours.
No, it's like a very weird. Like I mean, there's ghosts, there are BTs, and you're like you're traveling, you're delivering packages, and there are essentially ghosts in the world, and they like
people explode when they die,
and they explode. Yeah, and if the ghost touches a person, then the world, or like depending on the part of the world, maybe it
Yes.
creates a crater, or it blows
Yes.
up the world, or it blows up parts of the world. Basically,
Yes.
it depends.
Kaboom.
Kaboom. But yeah, you're just asking me how I felt about the first one, basically.
Yeah, basically, just how did you feel about that first game?
I mean,
Story
that's-
bad, gameplay good.
Yeah.
Which basically, I also is my broad opinion review about that
Mhm.
first game, because I had very high expectations about the story, and I was hoping at some point it was going to do some twist or do something in particular with Sam Porter Bridges.
Mm-hmm.
It just never happened,
Mm-hmm.
and I was very frustrated with the story. The thing that got me through that game was the gameplay mechanics, as you mentioned, like building the freeway, getting across the map, and getting the zip lines in particular during like the mountainous regions. That's a lot of fun. And so that was the reason. And when I think fondly about that game, I think about that. I do not think about the characters or story at all, because when I start thinking about that, I get mad.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because I was re-listening to those episodes of that review we had.
Yeah.
And at the time, I was still very mad about the story, and I still am. But I do, now that time has passed, and maybe I'm just getting too old and senile, maybe, but I do think I look a little bit more fondly or positive about that game than I did at that time of recording.
Yeah. I do too.
Yes. But at the same time, I definitely understand anyone who doesn't like the gameplay loop,
Oh, for sure.
because you're just an Amazon delivery package
yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
That is the game.
Yeah.
So either you find that interesting or you don't.
Mhm.
I don't think there's anyone who's like, that was okay. I don't think there's no middle ground.
No, yeah,
Definitely
really.
not.
Like, if we're talking about just the gameplay,
Yes.
yeah, because it's fun. I don't
Yeah.
even know how to explain it in like the weirdest way. I mean, there are certain like things like, it's not just build. There's like, you run across like the BTs, the ghosts and
Yes.
stuff, and then they're packaged, the mules, the package fiends.
Yes, and
they
you have to play little mini Solid Snake missions.
Yeah, and you do that, which, it's for better or worse, it creates a sort of tension as far as
Mm.
that goes. So that works for me in that sense. But no, yeah, I mean, yeah, go ahead, keep going. Sorry.
No, but yeah, that was just my summary of
Yeah.
the first game, and that was probably like I think you already mentioned, is a good thing when starting the second game,
Mhm.
because I came in this game going, this story.
Mm.
And it lowered my expectations, and like, just give me the package. Shut up and give me my packages. And perhaps that's the way maybe I've been playing this game, perhaps. But I guess that's what we're going to talk about now, since we've got our little expectations about diving into this game. Once again, before we get into the more spoiler stuff, if you can really spoil things in this game.
Well, you can, I think.
I
mean, I think that
suppose.
the beginning.
Oh,
I feel like that. 'cause
yeah.
that-
I'm avoiding that one with the 10-foot
yeah,
pole.
yeah. That one we'll go into later.
Yes,
yeah,
yes. So that would definitely. But when you get to let's say the game of this new game, in the first game, you are focusing on fixing America. Apparently, it worked out because Sam is still alive. So that's got at least one. Is that a good thing? Something part of me goes like, is that a good thing? But anyway, so now that America's been fixed, now it's time for Sam to fix the rest of the world. And his main adventure this time around is now to pretty much do the same thing he did in the first game, but now in Australia. So,
well, not at first, right?
not at first. And that's why I'm like saying the main gameplay. So I'm missing maybe the opening chapters or two.
okay.
There's a little bit more.
Yeah.
But I imagine, for those who, let me split this up. I literally finished chapter 6 and started 7 today of the recording of this podcast. So I don't know the ending or what's going to really happen. Maybe there's going to be more twists and turns. But as far as we know, the majority of my time and focus has been fixing Australia.
Mm-hmm.
And pretty much doing the same gameplay loop as we already teased with the first game of building packages to help people and then connect the network. And you meet some old faces, I guess, along the way, and some new ones also as well. And so that is the premise, and you still have to deal with a lot of the issues that were in the first game. A lot of things have not gone fixed since then, so you got to deal with all those BTs all over again, oh boy. But with all that set up, story-wise, for the little we could tease what you do in this game, Andy, how do you feel so far about this game? Anything you're liking? Is nostalgia kicking in? Any new mechanics pop out and stick out to you?
My first note is that I think I like it less. Overall. So I'll go to gameplay because I feel like if we get into story, you might risk spoilers a little bit.
That's true.
So when I replayed the first Death Stranding, I realized that I enjoyed that game the most on the hardest difficulty because I feel like I was taking advantage of certain things more regularly. I was like there's a certain mechanic where like you get the rain. It's called timefall, but it damages
Ages
ages your packages and you. And so you have to heal your packages as you're
Yes.
traveling. And so like when it was on a harder difficulty, the stuff would drain faster. So I had to kind of like think about things like I'm fighting these BT ghosts,
Right.
but I also got to worry about my packages degrading. And so like that kind of dynamic. And so I played this one on brutal, and I kind of just heard like generally that people were saying it's easier, and I noticed that very right away.
Wow.
Like for me at least, I don't know if like.
Well, I'm just playing on normal difficulty.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I did it on.
Though part of me is starting to think I should bump it up.
Okay, yeah,
Because it may be when you have to deal with base camps, way too easy.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah.
I also remember that in the first game, and I think I also played the first game in normals difficulty too.
Yeah. I mean, even with that, I do think it's still too easy. Like on like the fact that
The hardest mode.
the mode is called brutal, and I'm just kind of like, yeah, this isn't that bad. Like
It's like the little baby from Doom or whatever, the difficulty mode.
Exactly. So this is what I have. So it's easier. One of the last missions that I did, and this is like, okay, so this is a part in the game. No, well, there's a part. Basically, I'm trying to drive a truck. Like it's like my delivery is like drive this truck to this like get these packages, all these packages to get this location. I have to use a truck to get it there. And I'm kind of like, okay, let me get ready. And like, I literally just drove to the location. There was an enemy camp like in the way. You might remember what I'm talking about.
I think so.
It's right before the first battle with the tar wall, like when you first
like the big wall.
Yeah, it's like right before that, and like I was like, I just drove to the thing, and I was like, where was the challenge basically? And I feel like that's a lot of like what I'm feeling is like, where's the challenge? I don't know. Like I died the very first boss. There's a I don't want to say too much, but it's just like it's a creature from the tar that like there's like the tar is
tar creatures.
There's a tar is a prominent thing in the game, and that
Yes.
plays in a lot of things. But like
Need a shower after
the
that.
tar boss is a thing at the beginning, and like I died for that boss, but then like I just kind of like figured, and I think I was just learning how to play the game because
Right.
it's so weird because it's like it's got a shooter mechanic, but it's like not a shooter game. It's like it doesn't. It's like it needs to have like a combative element.
Some
but
video gamey.
yeah, but the way it works with like it didn't really work in the first one, and it doesn't work. It just feels
It has not gotten better.
it feels like clunky. It's just clunky and like not the best, but it's still kind of.
It's not Metal Gear Solid 5.
No, not at all. I mean, it tries to be at some point.
And that's the problem. It tries to be, and it just makes you want to play that game instead when it comes to that particular like gameplay loop.
Yeah.
It does seem easier. And here's the thing, and I was curious about this to bring this up, and I guess we're kind of hearing this is not too spoilerific stuff. So I'm playing the game on PlayStation 5, which has now been out for at least a year and change, I think.
Yeah.
And you're playing it on PC, which just recently came out.
Yeah.
And in my experience, I've noticed, because compared to the original Death Stranding, we both played it when it first came out on PlayStation, and we're playing it with the rest of the world, right? And one of the mechanics in the game, for those who don't know, is you're this one character and you're traveling the world to get to point A and point B, but a lot of things, you get assistance from online people, other people who are playing the game, solo still. You're not playing together, but in a weird way, you kind of share the same world together, and you help build bridges and the highways and this and this and that. And it makes it easier to drive us through this disturbed, twisted world a lot easier. And as you've been mentioning it, I so far on PS5 have been a little too easy because so far a lot of the freeway stuff has been done already for me.
Oh yeah.
So I haven't had to really work too hard because I remember that being my most like satisfying thing in the first game. It's like, oh boy, I got enough parts with this and this and that, and I'm gonna build that other part of the freeway and get closer and closer to zooming on by across America. But by the time I was booting up this game, a lot of it was already done for me.
Really?
Or if it wasn't literally ready to go, all it needed was like, I don't know, 500 metal or 200, very little materials that like I could find it right now and fix the repair. So I never got that like sense of like, oh, I grind it out for this outcome. You just, it didn't, there was only like one part so far, and I think I'm close to 18, 20 hours, I think so far.
Oh yeah.
Getting to like I said, chapter 7, if I remember my clock right. There was only one time I actually went like, oh shit, no one's put anything in this freeway highway situation, and so I actually had to go play. I'm like, and when I did it, I was like, there it is. There's the high I was looking for.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mentioned the gunplay stealthing sneak into the bases situation. Way too easy on normal mode because you could literally the last mission, I walked into the base and just shot up the place like a Looney Tune. And they all came running at me, and I was just like, perfect super soldier solid snake, slow down time, headshot, slow down time, headshot, slow down time, headshot.
Yeah.
And they were shooting me, and like I took like 5% blood loss, which is your health bar.
Yeah, that's another thing that I noticed. I did one of the camps, just kind of like a side thing, like recently, and I went in and I kind of goofed up, and they kind of came after me, and they were like shooting me. And I looked at my blood bags, and none of them were drained at all.
Wow.
And I was like, is this a glitch? Like, I didn't understand.
You got that good blood.
I didn't understand at all why the way this like if it's brutal, I should be like down to like one blood bag, like getting like attacked by like 5 people. Like I was like, I still feel like you can cheese through the base camps, and I don't like that. I think that's like. That was my biggest critique about the first one, that I was like, oh, I hope they fix that in the second one, and it doesn't look like they did. And I'm like, and on top of that, there are so many more like tools and equipment, and I'm like, I think this might be to the detriment of like the game, like in terms of like feeling like I'm a challenge, I guess. Like I just the ability, the fact that I'm like this early in the game, and I don't know, maybe it's gonna get harder to some degree. I'm sure it will. Like, sir, I'm sure maybe there'll be base camps that are crazy and huge, and maybe I'll lose a blood bag in one of those, like at least one. But I'm just like, I got all this stuff, and I feel like I get upgrades like easily. Like I'm like, I give like, I'll be like doing like, I found a package like over there.
They'll give you 5 stars,
and they're like, oh great, now you have this. The thing you just got like a minute ago is now the best, the second grade version. I'm like, why am I like?
I delivered 2 packages.
Yeah, I feel like I'm getting too powerful, too fast. And
you are the chosen one.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I did save America.
You're gonna pilot the Gunbuster. Get in there, coach.
Yeah. The BTs are different now too.
They seem different, but I can't. Are they too?
You see them much more quickly.
Okay, like, maybe that's
you can just. I feel like, and I think that maybe they like alluded to it early, but you can just like they'll just see them. Like it used to be that you would have to like pause and then like, where are they?
Yeah.
But now like you'll just be walking, and I'm like, there they are.
There they are.
I'm like looking, like there it is. I hope it doesn't like look my way, and like and now there's like a new kind of BT that can like see you actually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Which
took me a long time to understand that was a thing.
Yeah, like they have like eyes.
Yeah,
like
they can literally turn.
They literally
like
can see you.
Exactly.
And I was like, I get it. Like they want to mix it up, but I don't know. Like I don't know. It was like more terrifying.
Yes.
Like and like
they're a joke.
Yeah.
They're jaws with no teeth.
Yeah. Oh, in the which one were we talking about?
Well, in the new one.
Oh yeah, exactly.
They're supposed to be a threat, but like I just drive past them like, see you later,
like,
sucker.
It's nothing. Like
they're a joke. They're not a threat
at all. And like,
which is hilarious because the Amazon package, the other evil Amazon package delivery drivers are also a joke.
Yeah.
But these guys are even more of a joke.
Yeah. He's
just too strong.
And like it's just. Like I liked like the weird like it's gonna sound silly, but I kind of liked like the you had like the P, like you would use
and you would freak out, and then it starts freaking out.
Yeah,
and the cutscene, they're here.
Yeah,
set me up.
And like
they don't do it as much, if at all.
I don't think so.
I think once it triggered for me, it feels like, I don't know, Kojima or someone on the production team must have saw like a lot of negative reviews dealing with BTs and the stealth parts of the game, and like people don't like the stealth, so cut back on the stealth, but then get rid of them.
But it is stealth, but like more simplistic.
Yes.
And like where like
it's too simple.
It's like it's literally just like, are they looking at you?
Yes.
Don't go. They look away. Okay, go. Like
right.
it's not.
Well, to be fair, that's also Metal Gear.
No, yeah, but it's like it and that's fine as like a game. But I mean, I guess I'm thinking about it like in Death Stranding, because in the first one, it'd be like you'd like where, like I don't even know where they are.
Right. Yes.
Like, and like you would hit the, like if like for some
you
reason
would have to wait.
Like sometimes you would just be like, oh shit, it's like right next to me, and you're like, oh my god, like you got to hold your breath. Yes. And like I feel like
the holding the breath mechanic makes no sense.
Yeah, it's
right
like,
now it doesn't.
I mean, I use it like I really only use it like on the mules, like when I'm sneaking up on them. Like
mine are even dumber. I don't have to do that for me.
Yeah, I think I don't really like what they did to the BT so far. I think they're just less scary. When I went to go, I mean, I'll just say her name. I meant the one where you go meet Rainey before.
Yes.
Like I was just like, I'm kind of like, oh my gosh, like this is gonna be, I'm going through BT territory, and I was just like, I just went around them.
Yeah.
I just was like literally like, oh, they're over there. I'm gonna go this way, and
They're so easy to avoid.
I was like, this is nothing. And then I don't know.
It just also felt like, who knows, maybe they're going to do this later on. But I just remember early on in the first game, it was like, oh no, you have to go to BT territory. It's like, ooh. It's almost like, got to go up that spooky mansion up on the hill, and the BTs are there. And, it's, this whole thing of like, got to be quiet and hush. And like you said, you can't really see them. And you felt that tension about going to that area just because you need to grab that one stupid suitcase that was like in the maze full of BTs or whatever.
That is like one of my favorite parts of that game.
Yes.
Is like that is like creepy and terrifying, and I feel like they might have removed that tension.
Yes.
Possibly, but it's still early.
Somewhat early,
yeah,
it's just too easy.
Yeah.
Feels that way.
I guess that's if we're talking about like gameplay, I'm trying to think of other things. I mean, I haven't gotten super far. I'm not sure how I feel about they added like the monorail with like the like this whole dynamic of like mining or like stuff.
How much do you like Minecraft?
Yeah, I mean, it's not exactly Minecraft, but you are getting stuff from the ground.
And you're getting stuff from the ground, and the number, and you're collecting things to then make other things. I guess,
and that's like another thing to me where I'm just like
easier.
It's just more. It's like, do we need that? I guess it's like at the end of the day, that's what it feels like to me. I'm like, do we really need to have this? I don't know. Like, I mean, I get like bigger, better, new game.
Well, you got to do something,
and maybe. And that's another thing I'm trying to give it the benefit of the doubt, gameplay wise, is that it'll all make sense later. Where I'll get to a point where I'll be like, oh, I'm so glad I have this now. Oh, I need this, that. Like when I'm like being more like casual about the gameplay and like collecting items and like. Because it does, like, Australia does seem quite big. Like, it seems like, I don't know how much bigger it is than the main world in the first one.
Right.
But
I don't even remember.
Yeah, I feel like it's got to be, like, double. I don't know. I
haven't
measured it. But it is bigger, so I think that's why they added these things. So.
Right.
And then, like, some of the bosses, like, I don't want to say too much about the bosses, but, yeah, I only failed the first one because I was learning how to play the game. But after that, I was like, oh, yeah, it's just,
Yeah, I think I've only died twice, and both times were just because I was being lazy.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, based off that, it's just, it is interesting to now playing the sequel game. Why are we here? What's the point of doing this game if we're supposed to, make a sequel, right? Because, whatever, Mass Effect 2, big changes, big differences. Mega Man 1 and 2, Sonic the Hedgehog 1 and 2, some big differences in those games. Right now, it just feels like, and I hate to say it, but it feels that way so far. Maybe it'll change, but at this moment in time, it feels like this game only exists to pay the bills to make other games. And it feels like the gameplay and the story both feel like that, where people are here, but are they really here? And do they really care if they're here? And it kind of, I'm coming, and I don't know if that's me putting that on the game or the other way around, but it just feels kind of why, basically, at this point. Like,
100%.
It's not terrible, but it does give me more of a Death Stranding 1.5 than an actual 2. And I'm just trying to think, what are we going to do in this game, both in gameplay and I'm particularly sure because I'm always the narrative guy. Why are we doing this? And once again, the only answer so far is to pay the bills. To make the next, because they're still making that Xbox game that's supposed to be the spooky horror game, which we have yet to see a single game. I don't think, have we even seen gameplay? Or
they had another teaser trailer, but it wasn't any gameplay.
Because all the stuff are like obscure shots and character models that are just scared. I'm like, okay, great. What's the gameplay like?
Yeah.
That's what at this point in my age and where I'm at.
Yeah.
Show me the gameplay. I've seen the cutscenes, like that's cool, but So it's just hard because the sequel's supposed to do something bigger and better, and so far it's just the same old.
With some stuff, they just slapped on some stuff.
Yeah. And like really the newest stuff is the monorail. Your new ship you travel in is new.
Oh, yeah.
Which also makes the game easier.
Yeah.
Which I don't know about that. It seems too easy.
Yeah.
And so far there's just not enough unique, like there's not a new, like, I don't know, like Sam has to deal with water or something or whatever, air, I don't, like a bad Zelda or whatever, Wind Waker or Skyward Sword, where now Link's over in this area or this, we got to deal with this situation. there's not enough differences or uniqueness to justify it. I guess that's also a spoiler, so I'll have to say that. But there, like I said, there's also just story things that feel like we're doing it all over again for no good reason. And so, it's like it said, it's fine, but I'm definitely not getting the same highs as I used to.
Yeah. I still like the gameplay function itself.
Yes.
Like I still like delivering a package. Like I still like it.
Yeah.
At the end of the day,
that's my most fun playing this game.
I'm just like, oh yeah, like doing that. But it's I don't know. Like I'm getting too much reward. I feel like I'm
leveling up way too fast.
Yeah. Like it's like I don't know. I shouldn't be getting like these like OP guns like at this point. Like and it's like I'm barely in this like on the beginning, and I'm like. I'm on the hardest difficulty.
That's
like,
crazy because I thought it was just a me thing.
No,
that's crazy.
And then I swear I can't get over that I didn't lose any blood bags from that mule, or they're not mules. I forget what they're called. They're
brigands.
Brigands. Yeah.
God,
they're just mules.
I know, and that's so. I don't know why it drives me insane, but it's just like it's the same. Thing.
Yeah,
you just keep changing the name, but
like,
the same.
It doesn't. You can call them. It's okay. Like it's okay if these things that lived over there.
Oh, but now they're Australian.
Yeah,
they're gonna throw a boomerang at you.
But the brigands are just like they don't like technology, right? Is their thing?
Yeah,
whatever. Who cares?
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
Enemy camps that you have to take out.
Enemy camp. Yeah, and the cars that like just drive in circles. They just wee. They don't have anything to just go wee in circles. There's no like. Meaning to them driving, but they'll just drive in that circle all day long. That's their thing.
Gotta do something past that time.
I mean, I will say my favorite moment was there was a BT moment early with like the lone commander. I think that was maybe the best BT part where you're like,
I think I know
you're kind of like you're like finding his old gun or like something that broke.
Yeah,
and I was like, okay, I liked the sort of like like I guess it was more so the geography of the area. Like I'm like in like kind of like a weird like enclosed like cavernous like tunnel area, and I'm like, oh, like I don't know where are the BTs. I can't really see them.
Mm-hmm.
But that was just like one exception. I mean, like the other one later, I'm just like, there they are. I'm just gonna go away. Like I'm not like it was like they really should have done a thing where like I had to go through them and I didn't have to. And I was like, that is so weird that the game is letting me go around them.
Yes, basically,
I'm like,
yes.
What? Why?
Like I said, I just drove past them so many times. Like BT cam. Vroom, vroom, never mind.
It's weird.
I'm here, boys. Beep, beep. Come get me. Beep, beep. Oh, what's that? Too slow? Beep, beep. Gotta go fast.
Like Scooby-Doo. Like, get that bridge.
Get that sand border bridges.
Get that package.
If it wasn't for that sand border bridges, I'd have that package. We're now here at story, characters, plot points, both first and second game. Where do you want to begin, Andy?
I don't know, man. Well, I will say I don't think they did a very good job at handling the death of Lou. I do feel kind of silly not seeing something coming. Obviously, I felt like there was like, I mean, I knew something was going to, like, obviously there was like something was going to happen.
After you finish that last mission in Mexico.
Yeah. Which was like, that was interesting. Like, and, well, I guess this is also kind of not spoiler talk, although I spoiled a big thing, but like the beginning, like if we're comparing the beginning areas of both games, like the beginning of area, this is like nothing.
Yes.
Like this is like, what is this?
The first game also had a similar situation.
But it was more like
it was more.
Like,
I'll give you that.
Like I feel like I don't know. I liked it. Yes, it was also small, but I feel like the structure worked better. Like I liked how you got through, and then at the end, it's like the rocks with the BTs.
Yes.
And then down that hill, and it's sort of like, oh my gosh, like we're in the game now.
Right.
And I kind of got goosebumps just thinking about how much I like that moment where you're going down the hill and you're like, we did it. Like we got through and we're going through. In Mexico, there's like none of that.
Yeah.
There's none of that. And
it's just like put it on your old favorite riding your favorite bicycle again.
Yeah. It's just, I was like, I mean, I get like they want to do something different. I just don't think this game doesn't wow me. Like it
doesn't have it.
The first game wowed me, even when I was like, I don't like this or that. It still wowed me. I haven't really been wowed yet.
Absolutely not.
Which is a bummer. But yeah, going back to the Lou thing, like I guess story wise. So yeah. Lou is the baby from the first game, and at the beginning, that's another thing. Like, why is Sam doing this? Why is he doing this? Even after Lou dies, why is he doing this?
That's a good point.
That is like the when I read the like the text, it's like he does it to get over like Lou's like he's doing this mission because to get over the fact that Lou died.
Keeping him busy and busy work.
But it's like, no, if in any of these situations, Sam needs to be like, that's the craziest thing is like how Sam is reacting, like is like he's not reacting at all like he should.
It's almost like he's not a real character at all.
It's
that's crazy for him. He's so realistic all the time.
It's funny. Like I was you always hated on Sam,
yes.
and I was not as hateful on him, but now I'm like not hateful, but like as like what even is his character?
Come to my side, Andy.
And now I'm like, I don't even know how to like get into all this, but like, so yeah, he does like, I mean, so he's like on his, like the beginning of the game, Sam's on his own. He's like, I'm done. I'm freelance. I don't care. And then Fragile comes back. She's from the first game. She's your buddy. And she's like, we need you again, Sam.
Still not interesting.
Basically. Did you do that moment when she says like, do you want to join? And you can choose yes or no. Did you do no?
Oh, I said no.
Did you do it both times?
Yes.
What happened? Because after the first no, I was like, I'm too scared. And I did yes. What happens after you do more no's?
Nothing.
Nothing?
I was so pissed.
It just does it over and over?
No, you just keep going. It just plays like you said yes.
Really?
Does nothing. Not even like a fake out little cutscene.
What?
Which is so not Kojima, which pissed me the off. Because I told myself, oh, I'm saying no until the game plays me some weird ass cutscene. Nope.
That is
so fucking lazy. I was so pissed. I forgot about it until you brought it up right now, and I was going to bring it up to you, but you beat me to it.
That is, I am disappointed.
Absolutely I was heartbroken.
I am genuinely, the fact, wow.
Because I thought like you're going to have to say like no 100 times and then finally something weird or bizarre is going to happen.
I was, wow.
2 times and it just said, no, you said yes.
That's.
Oh, that the whole Mass Effect prompting annoys the out of me.
Yes, that's really bad. Wow, I'm kind of stunned about that in like a silly way, but in like a I expected more of you, Kojima way.
Absolutely
like,
nothing.
But no, yeah. So Fragile comes back. I forget exactly why she wants you to come back. She just does. I forget the specifics.
You're
but
the
anyway,
chosen ones, yeah.
Yeah, something like sure, whatever. And then you go do you do your packages, whatever. You connect. Oh, you connect Mexico. She wants you to connect Mexico. Oh, because of Dead Man, and then we can talk about Dead Man in a bit.
Yeah, that's a whole
which
thing.
Which is also very stupid.
They also spoil that. They spoiled that without spoiling it, but they spoiled it.
What do you mean?
In the credits, they say like special guest. Because you know, in every character they saw like actor and then voice actor or voice. I
didn't catch that.
Because it's not Guillermo del Toro doing the voice work, but it's his face.
Yeah.
Guess what happens to guest stars on TV shows?
Oh, wow.
They don't make it very far in the TV show series.
I didn't realize that.
So it's so obvious he was going to be dead.
Yeah, Dead Man.
And then he became Dead Man. Ha ha.
But okay, we can go to that.
Yeah.
But so yeah, I mean, you connect Mexico for Dead Man to talk about he wants to talk about the plate gates. He wants to talk about like this new thing,
resistance for this game to exist.
Yeah, to like there's what you did in America. Like you connect Mexico, and then it's like what you did in America actually had repercussions in Mexico, and now there's plate gates which is how you teleport into other regions. So you get from Mexico to Australia that way. That's sort of that arc. But when you so like that all aside, you connect Mexico and you go back home, or you're going
trying to get back home. You think mission accomplished, feeling that plays that soft music of oh boy, back to my little girl.
Yeah, and then
also so obvious.
And then you get the call like, oh, something bad is happening.
Oh no, Sam, I'm in trouble.
I'm in trouble, and you go. Yeah, you get there and you find Fragile is
still useless.
She's all beat up and
living up to her
messed
name.
Up, and she says, "Yeah," and you heal her, and she says, "Yeah, people came to get us, and they killed Lou. Like she was supposed to protect him, and they killed Lou, and it's from there. I don't really like how they handled anything as far as like his response to that. I very much feel like he should have been like things that he should have done. I think in that situation is this happened. Fuck you guys. I'm never talking to any of you guys again.
Yes.
Like. I don't even want to.
Everything was fine, hunky dory, and then you showed up at my door and you brought all this bullshit to my life.
And I don't care about anything you do anymore. I don't even want to hear you. I'm gonna go walk in the desert. I'm gone.
Yeah.
Like that should have been like immediately, and that on top of him like not being like livid with Fragile, like because like at a point in the story she talks about how she feels guilty, and it's like yeah, of course she feels guilty, but I feel like. there should have been like a tension between them.
Yes.
That it is non-existent. He's like, oh yeah, cool. Like even though you couldn't protect Lou,
You
like
got my little girl killed.
yeah, that's cool. Like whatever. But like it's like
Besties.
there should have been like this story should have been handled way like there should have been a darker element to the story based on that. This should have been like a really dark game, I think, based on that setup alone.
If we're gonna go for this,
yeah, if we're gonna do this
it's got to be this long,
extremely
painful
traumatic
journey.
thing. Like we're dealing with heavy, like one of the heaviest topics you could talk about, and we're just gonna play it like whatever. Like
here's the second game.
Here, yeah, okay, like and like I'm supposed to, and that's like what I'm hoping the story is gonna like. I don't know how I don't think they can salvage the fact that he's not doing these things that I think he should be doing.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm hoping that there's some sort of like. And I don't know. We can get into well. There's. I mean, I don't want to jump too far ahead.
Alrighty.
So yeah, I want to jump too
Lou's
far
not dead.
Lou is tomorrow, right? Isn't that what they're trying to tell you?
There's a good chance there's that.
So that's the thing. Like either tomorrow is a red herring, like a
Yes.
very. It's either very obvious red herring,
Yes.
or it is.
Yes.
Like so, it's like it's one of the two, and I kind of don't like that. That's what
I don't
they're
like
doing.
either one.
I don't like that they're like. They're trying to be like, oh ho ho, like she sucked her thumb, like oh ho ho, that's what a baby does,
Yes.
you know, and like
Oh, look, that's already the
yeah,
whole harem situation. I'm not a fan of at all in this
what
game. The fact it's Sam surrounded by a bunch of women
oh yes
for some fucking reason
mm-hmm.
that is incoherent, and so far all the women are worthless.
And then Rainy's thing, oh man,
I don't. Oh god, the backstory on her is so fucking lazy. Like, why even cut to that? We cut to this.
it's really lazy.
We didn't need
It's
to.
Really
what was the
lazy.
point? Get out of here. We don't like you around here.
I can't even like it's yeah the Rainy character basically she is like Timefall, which you know deteriorates people. It whenever it falls,
Raindrops are falling
on
on
my
my head.
head.
I broke my nose doing this song. Oh, it's so painful.
Yeah, and like, but like it rains on her, and there's so many like things that I'm like wondering, like, well, why doesn't she just like I know Fragile has like you know like she just shakes Fragile's hand and like heals Fragile. Like
she got better apparently off screen.
Yeah, I don't understand. Like
I don't know how
like,
that happened. That was like her whole fucking character.
Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, yeah. I mean, so that's like. I mean, I don't want to like talk all day, but I feel like I've talked enough about just like fundamentally at the end of the day, if this is what we're rooting our story on, it's very bad.
It's not good.
It's very
it's somehow
bad.
getting worse,
Yeah.
which is almost impressive.
Yeah, I you know, it's funny to think about how they introduced the characters in like the first and it's very similar.
Yes,
but it was better.
Yes, that's
which is so bad.
And it wasn't good the first damn time.
Like the Lochna Mama thing, not like.
Oh, that's still like the worst one.
Yeah, but it's better than what these are.
That's oh god, you're right, Andy. Damn it, you're right.
It's and the tar you saw the Tarman, the captain of the ship. You saw his backstory. Did you? Yeah, with his son, right? His son.
What a waste of our time. Who gives a?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, it's the famous director guy. Good for him. He's
Yeah.
getting credit.
Yeah.
One of the people in Hollywood picked up the phone number when Kojima called.
Yeah. Basically.
God, what a waste of our.
Anyway,
I'm
yeah.
sorry.
You go ahead. You go ahead. I feel
No,
like I've talked about the. It's really bad. Like you could make a story, you could write a story, you could have these people tell the story organically,
or you could do this,
or you could do this and do flashbacks. And I'm supposed to, man. Okay. I'm gonna say things I'm gonna pause and say things I do like.
Please.
I like Dollman.
I hate Dollman.
Oh, you hate Dollman? I like Dollman.
Dollman is only there because Sam Porter Bridges is an interesting character and he doesn't interact with the world.
Yeah.
So here's this little that won't shut the up and gives Navi a run for her money.
Okay, interesting. I just like that he's a little doll.
It's just a thing to justify. That's why he's in everything. Sam, did you look out? Sam, better be careful.
Yeah.
Sam, are you okay?
Yeah.
And like the way he talks when you go to the break room, And like, oh, it's the way he talks is so irritating. Of just like, I'm here to dump everything that's going. Did you know? Sam? Have you read the story of Moby Dick? Let me tell you the cliff notes of Moby Dick, because no one's ever heard the story about Moby Dick ever.
Yeah.
Let me beat you over the head with this fucking hammer. And he just talks about obvious things. Sam, I think that person's gone through a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, no shit, Einstein.
No, that's
He says so many obvious dumb things.
Yeah.
And he only exists because Sam isn't a fucking character. Right. And so someone has to react to the room. And apparently, somehow the guy from The Walking Dead is too busy to record more than 3 lines in the whole game. And so they have some random guy do all the talking for this game and to help do anything.
You're right. I think I just like and you're right about like a lot of like the really bad like explaining of things. Like he does that like quite a bit. Like when especially like so like that big battle where you fight Solid Snake, I guess for lack of a better word.
God, that's so
the fan service. Yeah. Which that's I mean they're alluding to that being like a form of Higgs, right? Or something like
I honestly don't care.
Yeah.
I just checked out. I was just like, oh wow, Solid Snake. So fucking clever, Kojima. Wow, he put on some bandana.
Yeah. I think I think I just like Dollman is in terms of like I guess it is just something different, but it is like there is a lot of like obvious like you don't need to explain this to me and and I think I don't mind that as much, but in the cutscenes it's particularly like this is like really bad like storytelling. Like when he's in like when he's in the Higgs world and he's like, what did he say? Did he say?
Yes.
Oh, is he saying? I forget. Nirvana? Are you saying? I think he said Nirvana.
I think
and
it's like bad. Like it's like fucking Dora the Explorer.
Yeah, it's like
which way did he go? To the left or to the right?
Yeah, there's like it's just like there's no subtlety in the writing at all.
Absolutely not.
Yeah,
he treats us like we're goddamn Lou, a little baby.
Yeah, like we're and So I mean, I mean that to say like I think I don't know. I think it's just a cute little doll. Like I think that's what I'm into.
And the other thing is it's been overused, the technique they use for, I guess, I don't know, Kojima really likes Spider-Man because the whole thing he moves at a different animation rate than everyone else. And like everyone's been doing that ever since the Spider-Man movie. And it's just kind of like it's too overused. It's too much for me.
Yeah.
And I just he's great for reconnaissance.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah. And then we can talk about Deadman a little bit. I was like, oh, he's
living up to his name.
He's just that was real. That's just. I mean, this story is like how not to tell a story. Like this game, like he's just like, oh, I did find my beach. Oh, I am dead. Like it's like what? Like it's just like this is like one of the few characters we actually got to know and maybe even like from the first game, and that's it. Okay, and like that is like a very lazy, extremely lazy way of like getting rid of his character.
Yes.
It's just like basically kind of like, oh, everything I told you last time. No, not really.
Nah.
I actually do have this thing like and like and I'm gonna go die right now.
I'm gonna die. Bye.
And it's like okay,
which is weird because it's not even like voiced or acted by Guillermo del Toro, so it's like. Why couldn't they do something more? Like, why would it felt like they were in a rush to get rid of his character?
Yeah.
But it felt like that happens like in TV shows or movies because the actor's too busy doing something else.
Yeah.
What were they doing?
Guillermo del Toro is not playing this character. His likeness is, but he is not.
So why? It's just there was time to do something more with this character. And like I said, because to me in that first game, the only characters I somewhat liked was him and Heartman.
Yeah.
And
Heartman was probably the best, I think.
Yes, I do. That was the one I do remember I liking the most because it's a nice, simple story. It made sense and all this wacky nonsense.
And it didn't have to do a stupid flashback thing. It was like he just tells you, and there's kind of there's interesting like Kojima-y things in that moment. But anyway.
Yes, exactly. But poor Deadman.
Yeah, I mean, Heartman is. I mean, I don't know if you've seen Heartman yet. I know you have. Okay, so
I know. If anything, I'm too busy. How much have you seen of him?
I haven't seen him.
Okay,
no,
then I will leave it as that.
Yeah, I literally just found.
You're heading to his place
tomorrow. Yeah, that's what I figured.
Okay.
Yeah, I just found tomorrow.
Today or tomorrow?
I found tomorrow today.
Oh, okay. Nice.
I did. Yeah, I'm trying to think of. I mean, there's like the weird like Charlie character. I don't know why we needed to do that.
Why is Professor X here?
And then why? And then the other stupid thing is like it lets you choose. It's like
the voice.
It pretends to let you choose, but you can't. Like you,
Yes.
I was like trying. I literally tried every other character, and
I knew that too. Another reason I got disappointed.
that exactly. And what made me dislike that the most is like Sam wouldn't want his voice because of that. They weren't cool at the end of the game.
No.
Why would he want that? Like, why are we deciding on this thing that clearly? I'm like, he's the last guy I'm gonna pick because I know
Yes.
we don't like him.
Yes.
And I'm like, why are we choosing him?
Because
why?
his old voice actor needs to get paid.
Well, I'm sure he's gonna show up again in this. I mean, I feel like
guess.
they're
have a big emotional breakdown in front of us again.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what else to say too much about the story. I just don't buy. At this point, I still don't know the motivation because the
Yes.
motivation in one was save Amelie,
Yeah.
protect the world. I get that. This is just build Australia because I guess the world is under it. It's again.
Yeah.
It's bad again.
It's bad again, Sam, because we got to pay the bills,
because
Sam.
you said so. Because Fragile is responsible for the death of this child, and we're not. Oh my. Also,
She's got cute gloves, though. now.
Okay. Where did Lou go?
I don't know, parallel somewhere between death and not in life.
But that's why, and that's another thing.
There's
where,
going to be
like,
a secret beach.
Well, that's the thing where I was like, when the second they said time goes quickly or time goes fast in this world, and I'm like, oh, tomorrow is an older girl and she sucks her thumb.
And tomorrow, because she's a kid of the future. Oh, tomorrow,
Yeah.
I'm alive. Oh shit.
I mean, I guess I don't know what else to say about the story at this point.
It's uninteresting.
It's
and somehow
uninteresting,
worse.
huh?
And somehow worse.
Yes,
which is impressive.
Yeah, and I will say, like, the most prominent added feature of the fires, I did not like that part. Did you like that part? How did you feel about that part? I was frustrated with that part. I didn't like it at all. I mean, it was different. I'll give it that. But
I haven't seen it since that one time.
No.
And so I'm just curious of, like, is this a real thing, or because I haven't dealt with it, and it was relatively easy to just walk around it.
Yeah.
So,
well, for me, it was because I'm on brutal. Maybe it was just a little harder.
It must have. I
Yeah.
hope it was. I guess.
I think maybe that is where the brutalness showed up a little bit more.
I guess that would make sense.
So, and cool, you did it at my least favorite part of the game.
Yeah.
Now it's hard. Okay, so that big sandstorm that blows in from Mexico at the beginning, which was like one of the cooler parts of the game.
Right.
Have you seen that since?
No, I forgot about that till you mentioned it right now.
I was kind of like, oh, we're going to keep seeing this. And I'm like 11, 12 hours in. I'm like, shouldn't I be seeing these things?
They don't have them in
more?
Australia, apparently.
It just doesn't make sense.
They got no sand in Australia.
I don't get it. Like,
That's why Anakin likes it so much.
It's great here. No sand.
No sand.
No sand.
It doesn't get anywhere.
It doesn't get anywhere. It's not here. It can't get anywhere because it's not here. I guess there's like certain things like
earthquakes. They're not even a nuisance at all.
The water going up isn't really an issue.
They say that, and I look and I go, is it?
Yeah, I'll just go through it.
If I was literally in the water, maybe, but I'm not.
Yeah.
And what are the odds of this happening when I'm literally in the water?
They're probably not.
Yeah, and it just seems like, and like I said, I thought they were going to do some, I don't know why, but they're going to make boats, or you're going to have to deal with water now.
Yeah.
Nope. And like I said, what is the point of the water levels are rising?
I don't know.
All right, I'll just use the bridge that's already here.
Yeah, exactly.
And go over the water.
Or like I haven't been in a situation where when the water is high that I couldn't just like go through.
Yeah,
it.
you
Like,
still couldn't go through.
I'm fine. Like I just go through it like no problem.
And you could literally scan and make sure, oh, it's yellow.
Yeah,
I got this.
Yeah, exactly. Like if it's not red, I'm good.
Yeah,
I know how to do this. So I wonder if like it being so easy for me is because I'm so fresh off of the last one too. I feel like there's a little bit
I was wondering that too.
Yeah, I feel like there's a little bit of like me being like I kind of get the flow a little bit, so I'm wondering if I was like, but it shouldn't be that way. Like it's the second one. I don't. How many newcomers are going? I mean, I guess there probably are.
There might be some out there.
It has better. It's wild. I don't know. This game has a better reception than the first one, and it should not be that way.
I don't think so.
The first one should be much more appreciated than the second one.
So far,
yes, by quite a bit, I think. in a lot of ways.
Because a lot of it in that first game, you don't know what the hell is going on.
Exactly.
And so you're kind of like, you're more willing to give Kojima the benefit of the doubt and be like, just let him cook, as the kids would say.
Yeah.
And yeah, at the end of the day, we all got burnt, for sure. But there was something interesting and appealing about the world. And when you come back to here, nothing has really changed to make it more interesting or find something. Ooh, Australia, big fucking Yahoo.
Yeah.
It's just, they needed to do something. And I guess you're supposed to be devastated by Lou, I guess. But also there's a whole thing where, like, I guess it's implied that he knows Lou's dead, but also he still sees Lou in there despite no one else sees Lou in there. It's so weird.
I don't get that at all. I didn't even bring that. Yeah, I forgot about that. But it feels like it's
because
so...
there's even a line like, there's nothing in there.
Yeah.
And they're like, shut up.
Yeah.
But it's like, then why do we're supposed to be Sam, and I guess in his perspective, but he knows Sam is dead, or he at least believes that. This is a Gunbuster.
Yeah.
Or maybe there's some wiggle room.
Yeah.
Where Lou's okay. In his mind, this kid is gone.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't make no sense.
No, it does. And I honestly think they should have just changed the BB mechanic. It should have been something different. It shouldn't have. This weird, like, phantom baby, for lack of a better word, is like it's
Phantom pain baby.
It's very misplaced. It doesn't work.
It's just like a mechanic. The code's in here, boss. Should we take out the code? Nah, that means we have to do more. Just leave it in there. It's all in his imagination. The baby's still in there.
We did the whole Mexico segment without it, and I think that was fine. Like, I think you can just tell the story, and like, if you want to do like I don't know, like, maybe
he's carrying that weight of the guilt on him. It's gonna be some stupid answer like
that. Maybe right. Honestly, probably if they were to do something, but yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say about like spoiler talk as far as where we're at, because I think there's quite a bit more to get in. I mean, I think we barely scratched this. I mean, I think there's like 20 plus chapters. So
I looked it up. It was 1819? I think so.
Okay.
I don't think it was 20 something. I don't think.
Okay.
Could
well, it's a lot.
It's more. Because I looked it up out of curiosity, and I remember telling myself, oh, I'm not even halfway done.
Mm-hmm.
But some of those chapters are like stupidly short.
Yeah.
Because isn't the whole chapter with Solid Snake one chapter, and it's you just shoot him a bunch of times? Which also, for one, it's just literally the gameplay mechanic from the first game when you're dealing with your whole dad thing, which that's no longer a thing in the second game. So why is it still in here?
Yeah.
And it's there because just like last time, there was a baby in his chest, so now it's still here in the second game. But it's like, it doesn't make any sense narratively to still have it.
Yeah.
And if it's going to be here, which it shouldn't be, do something more. It's like, oh, look, it's Mexico and the Day of the Dead. And like, oh, we've never seen that before.
Yeah.
It's just uninspiring.
Yeah. Like the first, and as much as I didn't really like those boss segments, I do like the war thing that they did. Like, I thought it was interesting. Like, oh, it's like World War I, and then like World War II.
Yes, in
like,
the first game. Yes,
yes. I was like, and like comparing like the first boss like scenario versus this, I'm like, this is like night and day. Like the first one was way more impactful, way more like terrifying, way more creepy. Like this one on brutal, breeze through it. Nothing. The first one, very difficult. I honestly, like, okay, game, obviously we talked about how the shooting isn't great.
Yes.
But like if we're comparing it, a much better, more unique, interesting experience.
Yes.
Very well done. Whereas like these guys are just like, it's just like shoot 'em up. Boom, 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 boom. There's nothing interesting about it. Whereas in the first one, they're like, oh, like this guy's over here and he's keeping watch and that sort of thing.
Right.
It's just like, no, it's just like some guys walking around.
Bunch of soldiers walking around. Oh, he saw a snake. Oh, look at the crazy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he saw me? Oh, okay, well.
Okay, I'll shoot
just
him in the
shoot
face.
him in the face, like, and he'll die right now.
And then he's on the other side of the tower. Ooh, gotta go shoot him now on the other side of the tower.
It's like.
It's just not interesting at all.
No, it's pretty bad. I'm still going to play it. It's my duty. I mean, it's like.
It's your Call of Duty?
Oh, man, I wish almost. No, I don't know. I don't want to say like, I don't know. This is burning me on like caring about Kojima like games at this point. And I'm like, oh man, like, should he go back to Konami so they can like have him rein it in? Like, does he have too much freedom at this point? Is that the problem?
Sure looks that way.
And it sucks because like I do feel fondly about the first one in you know, kind of a weird sort of probably semi nostalgic, but it worked way. But it's just like, it really feels like he should have done that and done something else. Like
Yes.
that should have been a standalone, interesting, like one-off kind of weird experience that we'd be like, oh yeah, it was kind of weird and f***ed up, but it was cool that he did that. And like it had good things
Yeah.
about it, but we move on. Like,
Yeah,
like,
we'll try again.
yeah, we'll try again. We'll do something different.
It
It's like,
happens.
no, let's like double down and do everything
Again,
wrong.
and a little worse than the first time.
Yeah,
And that's the problem. It feels like this game is only here to pay the bills.
yeah,
And I'm curious how what the numbers are for this game.
yeah.
'Cause-
I'm surprised it exists.
I'm surprised Sony. My understanding is they still help pay to make this game happen.
Wow, because I thought the first one didn't do that
I
well.
think it did okay, but considering the pedigree of Kojima and blah 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 blah, I don't think it did those kind of numbers. I'd have to double check.
Yeah,
But yeah, it feels unnecessary.
yeah. I'm I feel kind of like duped by like public reception, and it feels weird because we're both Kojima freaks, and we're both like very like. I feel like I'm a little more like I feel like you hate it a little bit more than me.
Yeah, no, I did.
But I definitely don't think it's going to be a better experience than the first one. I'll say that.
You have no hope.
I'll be nice and say I don't think it's going to be better than the first one.
I think that's a safe bet.
Yeah, I think like my first note just like sums it up. I think I like this game less.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know how it's going to change. I don't think more items are going to make it better because I know there's going to be so many more items that I'm just going to have like
Not
I do
gonna
not
use.
know what to do with them. I'll be like, what am I going to do with all this stuff? Like I love, and that's like I miss the simplicity of like just like I just think about the first one and I'm like going to BTs and I'm like I don't even know where they are. I'm like I got to stand still. Oh wait, I'm too close to one. Oh my god, I got to walk away. I got to hold my breath. I got to hold my breath. I got to hold my breath. Okay, I think I'm good.
They got no bite to them. They got no bite to them.
No
and
They're not scary anymore.
And that's the thing, because if the good thing about this universe is that still that intro when you meet them, the BTs, and you're trying to deliver, and everything goes wrong, and oh no, and this happens, the worst possible day happens on that first day for Sam, or at least for that we see as the players. All that is gone and buried and forgotten, and everything else.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think anything else in particular about the story or characters. My biggest complaint about the first game, and I probably teased already, is the fact that Sam never responds to anyone around him. And I finally figured out what it feels like to maybe best describe this in, which I think you'll get this reference at least for once, not anime reference. It is, I think, the 4th season of Arrested Development.
Oh, wow. We're going interesting.
So the reference is, if you remember that season, especially the original cut, because they re-edited it to make it a little bit feel believable, is it really felt like in that first cut is the actors were all busy and they had to film on separate days and with them never in the same room with each other.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what it feels like. It feels like everyone's talking to Sam, but Sam's not really in the room because what's the actor? I can't remember the actor's name.
It's Ride with Norman Reedus.
Norman Reedus.
That's how I remember.
Yes. Just like Norman Reedus. Oh god. Oh. Side tangent. I don't know if you saw this line, but there's literally a line, and it does the same thing as that line, and we both said it in that recording because I heard that podcast episode where I pointed out, why would Norman Reedus make reference to a Norman Reedus show that doesn't exist in the universe? It makes no
No,
sense.
it doesn't.
It's just a random reference sake for random reference sake.
To promote his show.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they do the same exact thing here because there's an option where you could bug Doll Man, and he'll be like, oh, that sure sounds a lot like Kojima Productions. Sam, you've never heard of Kojima Productions? That's crazy. There's only so much a man could watch.
Yeah.
But back to the Sam part. But that's what it feels like. It just feels like he's never really in. He doesn't feel like, oh my God, it's an earthquake, Sam. We're all going to die. Okay. It just feels like there's no like, oh no, oh my goodness. Don't worry, I'll lead the way. Any kind of response from him, he's just poker face dead zombie man in the cutscene, just going okay. And they're always talking around him. It just drives me insane because it's the same reason that like in here's now a literature reference, The Great Gatsby, great book, this and that, masterpiece. But I cannot stand, and he's designed this way, I imagine, I cannot stand the main protagonist in that story because he sees all these things happening around him. He doesn't like it, but he doesn't do or say anything around him. And he just watches all the shit unfold and goes, all right, I guess that happened. And that's what you get again in this game and in this particular character, where all these things are happening around him, but instead of standing up or doing something or even having a a snide comment or any kind of reaction at all. He's just there and thumbs up.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just so off-putting, and it's only gotten worse for me because it's so annoying. It's just so annoying. And the sad part, maybe I set this up to the other original tangent, is for once, it happens only one time, two times so far in almost 20 hours in the game, where it's like, Sam, are you okay? Sam, would something happen? And he actually responds to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And it's only happened twice. That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
All these things are happening and he has no thought on the matter at hand.
Mm-hmm.
This giant whale or thingamabob, this man that you've killed 3 times is still here. All this and that, and you're just shrugging me like, well, that just happened, I guess.
Yeah, if you compare it to like Metal Gear, like Solid Snake would go like Codec, like Otacon. What was that? Let's talk about
yeah,
this.
what the hell's going on, Otacon?
Let me understand this. It's like,
Well, Snake, let me tell you.
yeah.
There's something, but he's just not there. There's no reaction from him. The most he talks is with, I won't say too much because I don't think you've seen this part yet. Is the most he talks to so far is with Tomorrow.
Yeah,
And
I haven't seen it.
It's still a very short thing, but there's a question and a response, and a question and a response. That is the most he has talking so far in this game, and it still drives me absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Just say something. And it's because it's so annoying because like, yeah, well, because I think you make this point and other people could make this point, and fair enough, but well, he's by himself. Why would he talk to himself out loud? If you're by yourself all the time and you're dealing with these terrible situations, the dead walking among you and this and this and that, why? I feel like you would start talking to yourself. It's just
Yeah.
a human,
Yeah.
we're social creatures. We
Yeah.
got to do something.
Yeah.
So why doesn't he say or react? And the only time he reacts is like, oh, I almost ate it when you tripped down the mountain or something.
Yeah.
But never enough. And it's always
Yeah.
like the same one-line response. Fucking Shenmue has more different multiple responses to a situation than this game has. And that game was from 1999.
Yeah.
What's your excuse, Kojima? Is Norman Reedus so busy he can't do 3 different takes of like, are you guys are okay? I'm glad you guys are okay. Oh boy, that sure was like, just have him say generic lines that the editors or sound engineers, anyone could then splice in this soundbite to make it sound like he's part of this living, breathing world. But it's just like his soul leaves his body.
Yeah.
And it shows up during 1 or 2 cutscenes to have an opinion. And it's almost hysterical. Like, do we care about Sam's vote right now?
Yeah.
Because he's just our drug dealer. Our mules giving out our packages.
Yeah.
And I think I mentioned this before, and it feels even more so again. I don't know why to this day, why this character is not an avatar character that you could customize to look or act or do however the way you want. Because it would make a lot more sense. It would drive me less insane. Because what's the point of having a famous actor as your main lead if they're never acting? And also, where's my celebrity cameos? No, is there? I have yet. Yeah, these all famous Australians. Maybe I'm missing.
Well, Elle Fanning, I guess she's the actor, right?
Who?
The one Tomorrow. She's like an
Oh.
actor. Yeah, she's been in things.
I've heard the name, but I don't.
Yeah.
See, that's I'm so my movie game is very poor in the recent years.
What's she in? She's in
The name sounded familiar when I saw it on the screen.
Yeah, I mean, she's in a lot, mostly like, like she was in Maleficent, a lot of like a period piece, The Great, just like random things.
Oh.
Nothing that
Where's my Conan O'Brien?
Conan O'Brien.
Well, the editor of the Japanese magazine, who's definitely didn't do this for a favor for the review score.
Interesting thing about Elle Fanning, I think she did a English voiceover for Totoro, going back to Totoro.
Yes, that's who she is.
That's interesting.
That's where I know that name from.
That is interesting.
Why? Wow, my brain put that together. I'm like, that's where I know that name. Exactly.
Yeah, but anyway.
It all leads back to Miyazaki.
It does.
Damn it, Miyazaki.
Which
Yet
I think
again.
is fitting,
Indeed.
I guess, given the conversation. But
yeah,
I
Sam
mean,
drives me insane.
I don't know what to have to say about it. I feel like you said it pretty well there at the end.
I just wish he had something to say on the matter
Mm-hmm.
versus shrugging, oh, okay, whatever, guys.
Yeah.
But don't worry, he's going to save it to the very last cutscene. Then all of a sudden, he's going to have a fucking opinion, and he's going to go on for 20 minutes.
Yeah, he is.
Boy. The only plus, like I said, is coming in this game, I gave up. The sad part is, and I'm still doing it right now, I'm just skipping, referring to any time, if it's not any cutscene that isn't, Sam, come back to the ship. We need to talk about the big plot point. Skip. Sam, thank you for skip. Sam, if you could skip.
Mm.
And I have never been a cutscene skipper in my life.
I'm
Sailing the 7 seas.
I feel like I've been doing a little more, maybe less so, but like I more so skip read. I'm not
Not even bothering,
reading.
man.
Mm.
Whatever, you're thankful for the package, shut up. And then the prompt, would you like to know more? No, I don't want to know anymore. Just shut up and get out of my way and let me deliver my goods.
Yeah.
You're not going to be a real character. I'm never going to interact with you.
Yeah.
So just give me my damn packages and shut the hell up.
Yeah.
And bring me my car while you're at it. It's just, like I said, if it's not Sam, we need you back on the bridge. And
yeah.
sigh.
Duck.
Indeed. Yeah, I don't think lightning's going to return in this one.
No. Yeah. I think there was a little bit of magic. There was a magic in the mess of Death Stranding 1.
Yes.
That is, you can put it back, but you can't make it the same.
We got the Hangover 2 over here.
What a way to frame it.
Sure isn't that first one.
Oh man. I mean, I think I've said all I need to say about
All
it.
right.
Yeah.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's where we're going to close the book.
Very sour note.
But let me tell you about Moby Dick. Maybe you haven't. Let me tell you about the nuances. You see, he lost something.
Oh my God, don't even.
Just like Sam, he's also feeling a little lost at the moment. Aye. Oh man, that was one interesting spoiler discussion these guys just had.
Well, there was a way for everyone to listen to our thoughts throughout the week.
Well, you're just in luck, Commercial Mouse. It just so happens we're on all the major social media networks out there.
Yeah, like through our posts on Blue Sky or pictures on Instagram. You'll find all the things that we do outside the podcast.
Wait. We do things outside the podcast?
Well, it's not like we sit here for 2 weeks until the next podcast.
I do.
Why would you do that?
I don't want to miss out on another episode of Taco Otaku Podcast.
Also, just like the listeners, so let's get back to it.
Fight the power.
Alrighty, so that will be it for today. But before we go, I must get everyone out there to like and subscribe today and tease what's coming up next on the podcast. I'm sure somewhere down the line we will have a spoiler end at least to this Death Stranding 2. Don't know exactly when that's going to be.
Yeah.
Even more so because right now the schedule's looking booked, but I'm sure just like this time we'll probably sneak in.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to probably pace myself more in this game at this point, so maybe it'll be a couple months, so who knows?
I'm going to say, let's say maybe summer. Maybe summer.
That's fair.
I think that's what I'm going to try to promise, and even that's a loose definition of promise, perhaps.
Yeah.
But I'm sure we'll have an episode to conclude our thoughts, and I'll tell you all the things why I didn't like it. But for everyone else, you don't have to wait till summer because our next episode will be out actually 7 days if you're listening to this on Wednesday when this episode comes out. And on that episode, I'm trying to think, put on my producer hat on here. It will be our winter review, where my usual anime suspects of Miles and Frank will be joining me back on this podcast, and we'll be looking into You and I, Polar Opposites, my choice of the season. Miles is Tolman's B-side, because it's called something in Japanese and English, and they go by two different names. And it's like Tolman Kun's what species he's showing. Yeah, it's anime titles. And then Frank has the more popular action-packed Sentence to Be a Hero. So if you have those on your radar, we're going to be talking about all that spoiler talk as well next time on the podcast. And of course, the episode 2 weeks from that will be our previews of the spring anime season. And after that, we have a lot of sequel anime shows to cover. So we are still the anime podcast. That also takes detours into Kojima games. Though, I wonder how long that's going to last. Perhaps after this episode of the podcast. But it was fun, and so much fun that I must thank Andy. Thank you, good sir.
Yeah, it was,
For
I'm
coming to my therapy session.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad we talked about Gunbusters too, because it was like, it wasn't all like bad.
Boo.
It was like, oh, this is a nice thing. This is a bad thing.
Yes.
So there's a
We bounce
nice
it out.
juxtaposition. Although ending on the bad one, whatever. It doesn't matter.
That's why the timestamps down below.
Yeah,
You could
yeah.
jump where you
True,
want.
true,
And you
true.
might go to the Gunbuster
Yeah, I mean,
timestamps.
yeah.
It's
At
the
this
better
point,
choice.
you've already listened to the Gunbusters thing, I think.
Probably. But yes, and like I said, hopefully, Andy, we'll have you back for Death Stranding and hopefully more. More? Is there more anime in Andy's future?
Oh, I'll never tell.
I must know. It's already 2 times Anime Andy. Anime Andy has appeared on the podcast. And it's all the 90s classics.
I just loved I love finding out what I missed. Because
Indeed.
there's so much media out there that that exists that we haven't explored. So why not explore it?
There you go. Uncharted, new lands and territory. Did you bring your ladder and your anchor point that you don't really use anymore? But the bike you use. Good old bike.
I brought my zip line.
Good. You're going to need that. All right. And let's zip on out here. Before we zip on out of here, of course, I have to give our biggest thank you to you guys, the listeners, for listening to us in our therapy session this week. Thank you so much. And who knows, if you got some comment or thoughts, send them our way on our different social medias or comments down below on the YouTube a video version of this podcast. I'm sure we'll have a couple clips posted as well. So make sure to check out the Taco Otaku Bites channel. Oh, see what we did there, Andy? Bites. Oh, the little bites of the podcast. Whoa.
Ooh.
And like taking bites out of food. Whoa. We're so, just like Kojima, we're pretty clever around here. Pretty clever.
Him, though.
No, we strive. One day, Andy, we'll get there. One day we could become a real
You're
auteur.
gonna introduce Taco Man and blow us all away with your genius writing.
This is Otaku Man over here. This is Man.
I mean, Otaku Man is Otacon. Anyway.
Yeah, that's basically.
Anyway.
Spoiler. Shh, Andy, you're giving it away. All right, so we're gonna end it here. Thanks to you so much, and bye-bye. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye.